Croyso Channel Black Fluid. Welcome to Trainwreck. This is probably the last new series of the year, and it's been delayed a few times here just because of various issues. I finally got round to recording this. It's more in the kind of a horror vein, escape room kind of thing, so that's your thing. Definitely you'll be interested in this. So really all I have to say, we'll see what happens as we go along. Oh, and by the way, if you're waiting for After Years, it's actually just been recorded. That will be up on Monday, so I'll be putting up Monday evening. So another long video for you there. Not sure how long this one's going to be. We'll find out, as it's time to get on the train. All aboard! Five minutes to go. I pull my sleeve back over my watch and reset to a comfortable slouch. Are my legs still shaking? I place my hands on my knees and feel the rumbling shake my core. My ass is definitely soaked right now. I genuinely thought morning dew was a government conspiracy before today. Don't think I've ever been awake this early. Imagine my surprise when I sat my fat ass down and was immediately soaked. Not that I was going to do anything about it. 4 minutes to go. The sky looks kind of weird at this hour too. The palette's a lot more washed out. Gentle, maybe? I don't hate it, but it's got nothing on Twilight. Actually, now that I think of it, top 5 skies? I'm not leaving the clock app to check. I'm sure there were hundreds of results for that maybe before I was even born. 3 minutes to go. I hadn't really considered what would be appropriate to wear to this sort of thing. Early spring is always colder than I expect it to be. Wait, hold on just a fucking second. Is that a... My eyes go wide as I spot a big dirty stain on my right thigh. That's got to be from yesterday. I told that fuckwit that I spat in his pizza after he didn't tip me. I don't expect him to have the balls to throw it in my face. Another successful delivery. 2 minutes to go. My former boss messaged me 2 hours ago. Still haven't checked it. I needed some time away from work. Just this week. Of course, I got fired. Upper management gets a whole month of paid time off, but me? I couldn't even get a week. Scum. I spit. 1 minute to go. Shit, I got some spit in my pants. I wipe it off my hand. Between the dew, pizza and spit, I think my first impression is going to tank the party. Not my problem. I put my hands on my knees again. Still shaking. Fuck me. If I get the chance to pull up my watch again, I hear a horn in the distance. Here we go. I can see the head of this thing just on the horizon. It's... Wait a second, how big is... I cover my ears as it gets close and lets out another deafening siren. I squeeze my eyes shut as the wind around me whips my exposed fur, threatening to yank all of the piercings under my skin. Don't scream, it's not cool. The train clearly hasn't heard my motto before, screeching over its inhuman siren. Can't tell if I'm still shaking or not, but it's become clear to me that it's time to open my eyes. Well, the morning sky was cool while it lasted. Knowing that my legs were still shaking, I'm careful to stand as gently as I can. Don't stumble now, idiot. You made it this far. only have a few seconds to stare in awe at the size of this thing before a door opens and I nearly fall on my ass again. There are lights inside, a stark contrast to the overwhelmingly dark shadow this thing is casting over everything. No going back now. I take my suitcase in one hand, clench my other into a fist and approach the open door. Don't look back. One foot through the door, another. Come on, quit shaking. Nothing's going to happen. Before I can catch my bearings, the buzz of activity just beyond this car zaps me so I've walked right onto an electrocuted slab of metal. And they're having a good time too. Steeling myself, I walk towards the sound of the party. The inside of the train is well lit, though the sleek monotone walls certainly give off the impression of a cold and feeling machine. I pass by a few closets. Storage units? Supplies? Not my place to know. The sounds of the party are getting louder. Please, legs, please stop shaking. We've got to make this one count. This is... I nearly jump out of my skin as I feel a hand clasp my shoulder. A ticket, please. The man who grabbed me burst out laughing, unable to keep a serious look on his face. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to spook you. You're Dan, right? The last arrival. I blink. I am, yes. The handsome canine smiles and extends a hand to me. You know, I was just joking with you. Trains haven't used tickets in at least 100 years. You have your L gear on, right? This train should have scanned your identity manually. I take his hand in my own, not expecting him to give me as firm of a handshake as he does. My name's Blake, and nice to meet you. Dan. I squeeze back, trying to match his intensity. How do you know my name? He lets go of me, returning his hand to his hip. You trust me, don't you? I blink at him. Excuse me? I think it's a pretty straightforward question. I asked you if you trust me. Well, I guess there's no reason not to at the moment. I shrug. I guess, yeah. He smiles at me, clasping his hands together. I'm not entirely sure I mean it, but he seems friendly enough. I just got to this party and someone's already trying to be friendly with me. Is this what parties are supposed to be like? His eyes are gorgeous. Introspective, huh? I blink, snap my attention back to him. Eh? He chuckles. Oh, it's nothing. Now, why don't you come with me to the party? I frown. Hold on a second, you never told me why you knew my name. He beckons to me, already walking away. Damn it. Having no real choice in the matter, I hurry to catch up to him. Whoa. I thought this thing was huge from the outside. A quick head count reveals at least 20 people in the massive chamber. People are talking, eating. Wait, is that a bar? That's a lot, right? This is just a single car. Imagine how big the entire thing must be. I don't think I can wrap my head around that right now. I've had my hands buried in my pockets since I'd arrived. From there, it'd been pretty easy to feel just how intensely my legs had been shaking. Glad you came yet? Yeah. This is pretty cool. I'm just glad someone is here with me. Sure as hell not saying that part out loud. I'm glad you're here too. Oh God, did I say it out loud? Oh hey, you're sweating. Is everything okay? It's just a little warm. Oh, yeah. Yeah, now you mention it, I think you're the most dressed person here. Why don't you strip? Whoa, hold on, it's all moving too fast. Off your jacket. You're probably more comfortable that way. My eyes go wide. I know. I clutch my jacket as he raises the bemused brow. What? I look side for side and letting my guard down. This is, I snap my fingers. My lucky jacket. I never leave home without it. My body temperature is fine anyways. That was just a hot flash. His brow couldn't possibly raise any higher, but his smile certainly could. Aren't you a little young to be going through menopause? The embarrassment returns all at once. Hey, I don't get periods. Anymore, correct? That's what menopause is. I can feel the heat about to erupt out of my face. Before I get a chance to blow up out of embarrassment, he bursts into laughter and clasps my shoulder. Just a joke, just a joke. I breathe, trying to stabilize my internal temperature. If we were any less charming, I'd have kicked him in the balls and left by now. Going to get your panties in a twist, darling. Oh, I'm going to kill this man. Feeling better now? I nod my head, gulping down some more water. This shit is refreshing, goddamn. No more hot flashes? I am so over this joke, but I nod regardless. Oh, good. I nearly choke as he abruptly reaches his hand towards me and places the back of it on my forehead. I was worried you might have been feverish. You're really red. Sure was, buddy. Considering there's so many people here, well. I cease my relentless gulping to look him in the eyes directly. Well, I know you've been patient zero, some kind of world-ending virus. I squinted him. Excuse me? Hey, give it down over there. This is the quiet car for crying out loud. A loud voice erupts from the seat directly behind me. Talk as loud as I damn want to, buddy. I'm speaking under my breath, of course. I think Blake heard me, though, because he giggles like an oxygen-starved schoolgirl. I don't know about you. I think about this kind of stuff a lot. He's brought his voice down to a whisper, so I do my best to match. What do you mean? Well, world-ending virus. What would you do if you found out you'd been infected with it suddenly this morning? I stroke my chin fuzz, eyes widening. Did you put something in my drink? Well, that's not relevant to the question. Let's save the argument. Let's pretend that was the case. Remember all those people out in the dining car? Think about it. How do you feel if you're responsible for all of their deaths? I shoot a dirty look at him before finishing off the remainder of my water. That's a stupid example. I clearly don't have any sort of virus, which is why I'm here now. I was carrying something I quarantined that either passed or killed me. Oh, and the teeny tiny chance you picked it up since you boarded the train, though. Seriously, what the fuck did you put in my drink? Hey, just a hypothetical. In fact, how about this? Let's say you had something more realistic, like the flu. You're quarantined at home, but you notice you're running out of chicken soup. You could go to the store and buy some more yourself. Or you could call your mother and ask her to bring you some. I won't point out how little this scenario actually applies to me, but I'll play along for now. I see what you're getting at here. You can either risk infecting my mother, aka one person I care about, or I can risk infecting every person I interact with at the store, aka multiple strangers. He nods. And bingo. Which route would you be more willing to take? I fold my arms. I think you're missing a pretty critical choice here. What if I did neither? I could just starve to death alone. He frowns. Sometimes that just isn't an option, Dan. Here you go, using my name again. Well, that's your name, isn't it? Would you prefer a nickname? No, I wanted you to tell me why the fuck you know my name. Oh my god, shut up! I flinch as I hear the guy sitting behind us stand up. My fear is short-lived, as I hear him fall back down almost immediately. It's followed by the sounds of a woman. No, a demon, speaking a language I don't understand. My ears perk up as I try to hear the male voice's response, also in a language I can't understand. I flinch as I hear a visceral bonk. Apologies for his behaviour. My brother is a little cranky. I don't need to apologise. My partner here refuses to respect the rules of the quiet car himself. Hey! Partner? The demon shouts in that language again before I hear a crunching sound that makes my eyes go wide. Don't worry about him, just bitter about being single. You guys enjoy the party. Lake's chuckle cut through my bewilderment. I can't believe I told you those two aren't even the strangest people at the party. I nod. Yeah, I know what you are. Really now? There's that chuckle again. What am I? You're a real piece of shit. Wow. I'm so offended right now. You better be. I sigh. What am I even putting up with you? I'd be spending my time with anyone else right now. Okay, but would you? Of course not. I like you. As soon as my brain processes what I just said, my hands shoot to cover my mouth. Fuck. He cocks a brow. Aw, damn. I like you too. I can't know if he's joking or not, and that fucking bothers me. I groan. I can't deal with this. You keep changing the subject every time I ask you the one thing I want to know. Pretty weird, don't you think? He chuckles again. I think I'm getting too used to that sound. Hold on, wait. Damn. No convenient distraction this time, huh? I don't think I'd frown any harder than I am now. I'm definitely giving it my all. I suppose I have to spill it all for you then. I tilt my head. Must be a pretty big secret if you plan to keep stringing me along even longer after this. He places his wrist on the table. Check this out. He presses the button on his watch, motioning me to come closer. I look at his screen, seeing my full name displayed. My brain has a hard time processing what he means by this, so I just blurt out the first thing that comes to mind. You hacked into my account? He chuckles. I think it'd be way easier than what I did do. I'm sure he picks up on just how unamused my expressions become, but continues on regardless. Before the party started, so I decided to do a bit of snooping around. There were only a few people here at the time, but one of them had a special account. What do you mean? He smiles at me, revealing a few teeth. Did you read the party invitation? I try to remember it. Everything here is automated, right? He snaps his fingers. Bingo! The cafe is completely unmanned. Didn't see a single attendant. Didn't even think the host was here. He chuckles again. Until, as I said, I did something a bit sneaky. He takes a look around us before whispering something inaudible into his wrist and flashing the screen of his L gear at me. I watch as the UI changes colour, and the usual applications are replaced by ones I don't recognise. Mine's jailbroken. Got all kinds of cool software on here. I whisper through my teeth. Holy shit, that's cool. This grin whines before putting a finger up to his lips. No snitching, okay? I nod. I knew you'd be cool as soon as I saw you. I lose a fake chuckle, trying to change the topic back off of me. So, how exactly did you get my name? His brow sharpens a bit. Well, I checked the accounts of everyone that's here at the time. When I counted everyone in the room, something wasn't adding up. There's another person on board. What about? Nope, I was in the bathroom either, I checked. I pout. I was going to say that, just so you know. You always sounds like the person you can find with whoever was driving the train. I think there isn't at least someone aboard to make sure we don't run anyone over. Oh no, he looks smug. Someone didn't read the invitation. This is an automatic train. Everything here is controlled by an AI that won't rule out that we've possibly been lied to. But I can tell, aside from that one account, everyone here is invited guests. I pull a finger up to my chin. So that account, you hacked it? Yup, it's easy enough for me. I'm built different. Here's what I want to say, but it's trivially easy to get access. Again, with the cursory knowledge could have hacked in. You mean to say... He chuckles. It's like a game. The invitation has a smorgasbord of info on it. Boring info, but boring can be useful. And keep my eye on the guest list, and your name was the only one labelled absent. I shrug. A game, huh? I've never been any good at puzzles. Makes sense, I guess. He nods. Yeah, this party's got to be some kind of ploy. I'm really surprised we're all being recorded of some kind of game show. And I'm winning. He chuckles to himself. Want to form an alliance? Where you split your winnings with me if I say yes? He squeezes my shoulder. Would you go on a date with me if I asked? Would you drop dead if I asked? Oh, darling, it'd be so easy. He laughs again while I stew away in embarrassment. I've answered your question. Care to answer mine? What, you mean a stupid disease question? I'm quite interested in your answer as well. Blake's eyes widen as a deep voice behind us pipes in. Oh, if your eyes forgive me, but I heard what you were talking about a bit ago. I've been pondering a riddle like that myself for quite some time. The brassy-voiced man sitting in the booth behind us stands. He speaks, walking into view. He's clearly an older man, grey roots sprouting into his dusty blonde mane. I'm sorry, can I help you? The defiance in my voice is plain. The older gentleman shrugs it off with a chuckle. Perhaps you can, young man. But where are my manners? My name is Carter, and I think myself something of a philosopher. Who might the two of you be? Blake remains silent, but I gladly speak on his behalf in this instance. I have a pet rock named Carter. Isn't it funny how weird that is? He stares at me, his crow's feet wrinkling as he smiles. Shit, he's not catching any hints. You know, when someone offers you the name, you usually respond with your own. But if you're feeling shy, that's quite alright. Sorry, Carter. I'd like to wear my name tag when I'm off the clock. He chuckles. You're a service worker. I wouldn't have guessed by your disposition, young man. I don't like this guy. But still, your work is essential, so I thank you for doing it. I really don't like this guy. I couldn't help but overhear what you two were discussing earlier. It piqued my interest. Being put into a difficult position and needing to make a choice that could affect so many lives. A trolley problem. His voice is quiet and timid. So much you won't shoot Blake a dirty look for actually trying to involve this guy. I can't tear my eyes from the old man's face. His smile is disgusting. And precisely. Well done, my boy. It's been on my mind since I boarded. It's a curse living with this brain of mine. I'm sure that at your age you won't have to worry about it for much longer. Fuck, did I say that one out loud? Oops. To my surprise, he seems to take no offence. My days are numbered, it's true. There's no denying that. I hope I can count on you young people to make the world a better place. He turns to Blake. Are you interested in philosophy too, young man? The canine remains silent. I think I almost threw up in my mouth. A trolley problem is a great starting point. He turns back to me. Are you familiar? I don't think he's going to go away at this point. May as well take the bait. I've spent my entire life under a rock. It's a famous ethical dilemma. Perhaps I misjudged you. Care to give me an example, then? This motherfucker. I sigh. Okay, so I'm in the train park for some reason. I hear the train coming. Choo-choo. I see some people tied up on the tracks just ahead of me. Oh no! Thankfully there's a lever near me I can use to divert the train to another set of tracks. But wait a minute. There's a person tied up on the other tracks too. Do I let the train run its course, killing 5 people? Or do I pull the lever instead of letting the train kill just one person? I sigh again. It exists in many forms, but your scenario works. What's your opinion? Which is the ethical decision? You were listening on us before, weren't you? Do you know what I choose? I wouldn't get involved in the first place. Ah, I see. Sorry to be the one to tell you this, but you aren't always given that choice. His tone shifts, becoming darker almost immediately. A child. He turns back to Blake, who kept his head down the entire conversation. You did get an honest answer, little friend here, didn't you? Was that a satisfactory response? Blake is silent. Well, I suppose I'll move along then. You boys think about your choices. They may become important soon. With that, he taps his cane on the floor and heads towards the front of the train. To be young again. As soon as I'm sure he's gone, I turn back to Blake. God, I cannot fucking stand the elderly. The hell do you think is that guy's problem, huh? I mean, who just... Dan. Eh? I think I figured something out. What? You mean that game you're talking about? Yeah. Go follow that guy and see if I can get some information out of him. I fold my arms. Are you out of your mind? The guy's clearly a serial killer. I mean, psychology? Are you serious? This is a game. That guy's obviously the villain. Besides, aren't we supposed to be enjoying a party or whatever? He crawls out from his seat, standing in the aisle where the horse formerly stood. You have to like it. I'll be going by myself. Hold on, what? I can't go with you? No, you can't. But just trust me, okay? I can't seem to get the words out. This isn't going to be a permanent thing, okay? It's all a schedule, right? 2 hours from now, the opening announcement is going to come on to usher in the party. I'll be back up with you then, alright? I grumble a little bit. Hey, Dan? He smiles. Do you believe in love at first sight? I'll see you in a little bit. I don't respond, my heart feeling heavier by the second. He's definitely gone now. I sit alone for a while, listening to the train chug along. One thought persists. What the hell was I thinking? He couldn't have known, but... Get hold of yourself, asshole. You're a grown-ass adult. Just go... talk to someone else. And fill the ever-expanding void he left you with. Melodrama is for losers. You're better than that. There's still plenty to do, and to start... My stupid bleeding heart is the only heavy thing I'm stuck lugging around. I place a hand on my small beat-up suitcase. Pretty much everything I own is in there. I'm getting pretty sick of lugging this thing around, now I'm thinking about it. Wonder if I can find a place to keep it. Been on a train before, so I'd just be able to put this thing where there's space. Don't think I'm going to get my stuff stolen. I stare at the storage area above where I'd sat with Blake. I'd have such a bad feeling about this all of a sudden. No, don't be dumb, dummy. Steeling myself, I press my algae to the cubby and watch as it opens. Is that a corpse? My heartbeat was ringing clear in my ears, steadily increasing in tempo. The feeling in my stomach could only best be described as a gut punch that went all the way through. It took every ounce of self-control to not scream. There's a dead person on board, then. What? My thoughts are interrupted by a low rumbling in the corpse's throat. Oh God, I've heard of this before. As a body decomposes, it can... yawn? Salutations and good morning, Blue Sky. Splendid. Was it you who tore me from my slumber? I stare at it, its arm still dangling limply from the cubby as gravity pulls it downwards. It's okay to lie, you know. Don't just stare. Alas, my lust for information remains unquenched. Whoa. Are you okay? I don't think I've seen them blink since they opened their eyes. Indubitably, empathy is a beautiful thing. I watch in horror as more of its body slips out of the cubby, dangerously close to hitting the ground. You're, how rude of me. What good little creature of the light doesn't have a name? Well, we aren't all good little creatures, are we? Dubious. But I get ahead of myself. Labels are important. My given name is Jude. Will you call me that too, I wonder? Hi, Judes. Their eyes close, their smile grows before my very eyes. My friend, I made a new friend today. I watch in horror as their ankles come into view. Watch out, you're about to fall. I may be losing my mind, but I think I see a single tear form in their eye before gravity takes its toll. I cover my mouth with my hands as they hit the ground head first, their neck bending what must be a 90-degree angle into the weight of their body. They weren't a corpse before, surely. No, I can hear them quietly murmur as their body rises and falls with every sob. My very own friend. I don't know whether I should be relieved or terrified. Are you, glorious, joyous? Then without another word, their mangled body uncoils, they stand upright in single motion. Oh, ally, oh, beautiful companion. Does your empathy know no bounds? Don't answer that. Your heart told me everything I needed to know. His voice is beautiful. Thanks. I'm honestly not sure how to respond to that. They approach me, each of their steps wobbly and awkward, and yet... What are you... Their finger touches my lips as they stare at me with half-lidded eyes. Don't cry. Time is a cruel, cruel being. Sometimes I wonder, do you? Do I... What? They pat my shoulder, reassuring me with another wide smile. They do not, however, elaborate. I can smell it on you. You have questions for me, undoubtedly. But the real question is, can you feel the dust settling on your skin? Every little speck of dust fell from heaven to coat us in God's love. How did you end up in that cubby? So, how did you end up... I point upwards. You know, over there. Jude blinks very slowly, not focused on anything in particular. After a very lengthy pause, their mouth opens. Hark, it is a tale as old as time. Which, as I exclaimed earlier, is a cruel, cruel thing. Fear not. I'm not afraid. That's a fucking lie. A blissful. Tell me, friend, are you familiar with the greatest war? I guess? Jude doesn't respond, a vacant look occupying their face. Oh, why can't it all be this easy? It was my first time feeling the light of God. Jude? The sombre timbres replaced their generally airy voice. My defences weren't absolute, as none ever could be. Stained crimson, and yet I felt nothing basking in his divine presence. Nay, it was my spirit who ascended that glorious beam. To be held in his arms, to be loved. Alas, cruel fate had another plan for God's bravest warrior. Asleep, my friend. Alas, I never seem to get enough sleep. Do you know a good concoction? Woe to me, my alchemist is on holiday. Woe! Their arms flared about as if nothing had happened. So you fell asleep in there? I pointed to the cubby and Jude nodded a little too hard for comfort. Out like a lighthouse. Say you, how many sailors will meet the end because of it? They paused, and instead of answering their own question, they shrugged. The lighthouse keeper, the alchemist. How will the society as we know it survive, perchance? I fold my arms and nod my head. Right. What, a verification. How quaint. Keep going. Don't stop now. They flail their arms around, tapping their feet to a rhythm nobody else can hear. No need to be humble. No need at all. Can't you see my face? I sure can. They cover their mouth, eyes going wide. I've got all of my teeth, all 35 of them, so please don't pull them out yet. What? Why would I do that? They pull their hands away, revealing a lazy smile. You've got the hands of a surgeon. Did a splendid job washing the blood off, but you can't hide it from me. Blood? I look down at my hands. They don't seem to have changed. The only teeth I pulled have been my own. And you plucked them with aplomb. Pat yourself on the back for that one, dear friend. Most people need more time in the field, verily. Verily? If I'm a surgeon, you must be a ferret? I knew it. They rubbed their cheeks. I knew I could count on you, my friend, unanimously. That explains the long torso. I've never seen a ferret in person before. Then why did you get those teeth? They pointed my coat pocket, ominously bulging out. Excuse me? Why would my pocket be filled with ferret teeth? I reach in just to be sure it hadn't suddenly been filled with ferret teeth. Thank God. Oh, wait a minute. You aren't really a surgeon, are you? Shoot, what gave it away? Any barber surgeon worth his salt would know that ferrets actually have 34 teeth, undeniably. Dang, he got me. Jude's dopey smile never leaves their face as they twirl in place. I'm only wrong when I'm wrong, which is, well, as the saying goes. The saying? Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy? Not likely. Ah. So, you're religious? It's basically the same question, trust me. Pretty uncommon in this day and age. Have faith, my stalwart friend. Someday we'll come to understand life's most difficult questions. One's been troubling me as of late, though. Such as? No response, just a vacant stare. Against my better judgment, I decide to inquire further. Jude, you had a question? No, friend. Don't be a stranger. To answer your question, though, it was a piece of cake. It was? I know. Not to say that it was a piece of cake. I'd been considering what it meant, outlandishly. Irregardless. What kind of cake was it, you ask? Why, that same question had been buzzing around my head like a wasp for eons. Gingerbread? Oat? Perhaps the divine blessing of Brindon? No doubt. How do you take your cake, O kind companion? Perhaps I'll throw a party for you too someday. I don't think I've had any cake in quite some time. It wasn't a lie. I used to raid the dumpster behind the bakery at the end of the day and find all sorts of good stuff. It's a great source of food when I was sick of leftover pizza. Well, great for what it was. I returned my attention to Jude, whose typical smile remained unchanged. Surely you must have a favourite. Well, I've always wanted to try tiramisu. It's probably better than stale pound cake. Maybe with a tall glass of wine. Jude's sticky eyes don't waver as the ferret smiles. Whenever you feel the weight of the world bearing down upon your back, have no fear. Simply have faith. Unmistakably. Yeah, this guy's religious. But that's probably the least of their problems. I suppose that's all I wanted to ask you. Truly? Honestly? Do you swear to God? Yeah. Frankly, I have a billion questions, but I don't think I get very far trying to ask them directly. And just what will you do with this newfound knowledge? Reunite with your long-lost love? Seek your personal fortune? Their little hands tremble. To be with God and hold his hand? Truly? No, I think I'm just going to talk to someone else. Safe travels, friend. Until we meet again. Yeah, see you later. Certainly. Fuck, no, I'm doing it. I could hear a grumble from the seat just ahead. Wonder if they heard me talking to Jude just now. I've got to figure out what that guy's problem is. Some part of me knows I'll probably regret it. The curiosity is killing me. I'm all over introductions. I walk back to the seat into the quiet car. Hey, I'm Dan, that guy you think is really annoying. And I came back over here to tell you pissed off the wrong guy. Prepare to get ass insulted. Maybe even totally owned. Yeah, that could work. Maybe I can drop a disgusting diss track. I'm a lyrical, miracle, spiritual individual. No, wait, that's definitely been done before. Still have to remember that if I ever put together a mixtape. As I get close to the booth he's sitting in, I try to hype myself up. Ha, you think I'm loud? Well, you'll be really loud when you start crying. Yeah, I'm going to mix that guy up good. I got a bounce in my step and walk with an exaggerated swagger. This is going to be my moment. I'm going to own this guy. Hey, I wanted to apologise for the loud noise earlier. I think I have to put my rap career on hold for now. I thought I told you to. Apology accepted. I stare on as the she-demon reaches out a gloved hand. Sorry if we got off on the wrong foot. My name is Omiko. But please, call me Omi. I stare at the hand in confusion for the moment, realising what I'm supposed to do, and fall into a trap without a second thought. Oh God, I think my fingers are broken. And you are? Dan? My voice comes out as a squeak as she releases me from a vice grip. A pleasure to meet you. Why don't you take a seat? Oh, for fuck's sake, can I get 20 fucking minutes of quiet? And this individual is my brother. I usually refer to him as Fugwai. The male shark glares at his sister while burying his face back in his book. So, you guys, sharks? It's okay, it's a question we get a lot. Well, the answer is yes, we are indeed sharks. Thanks for clarifying, I had no idea. No problem, what about you? I'm not a shark. Oh, I know, honey. If you're a shark, it'd probably hit on me by now. Of course I would have. She stares at me. You're, I'm not getting out of this one. Your eyes are beautiful. I gulp. I like how evil they look. She grins at me. You're way more to strapping young men than a still MILF like me, right? Or is it because I'm Japanese? My eyes go wide. Huh? She cuts me off by erupting into laughter. Don't worry about it, I'm just busting your balls. I don't think there's a word that could describe the concern painted on my face. Now, I could tell immediately by the way you're talking to that guy earlier. Is he your boyfriend? I feel my face get hot as I remember what she's referring to. No, it's not like that. I just met him today. You know how many songs are about a love at first sight? I think it's romantic. She chuckles coolly as I burn away. There's a sort of sadness to her laugh. Ah, to be young, dumb, and in love again. God, I miss being in my 20s. I don't. Even more insufferable back then. Oh, you think you're doing better? You're 28, you've never even been on a date. Dan, help me prove a point. How old are you? 25. And how many dates have you been on? I begin to tally up the numbers in my head. Dates with the same person count? She shrugs. Sure. Then I'd say about 8. She turns back to her brother. See? He's 3 years younger than you. He's been on 8 times the amount of dates. Wait, hold on a second. She turns back to me. Were you on a date with that guy earlier? I feel a volcano erupt directly behind my face again. No. Her eyes widen as a disturbing smile creeps onto her face. That works for me. Hey, Dan. I blink. Yes? Do a girl a favour and go on a date with my brother? Time sews to her claw as the words exit her mouth. I watch in slow motion as the book the male shark had buried his face into is lowered, revealing eyes filled with more hatred than I ever hoped to handle. My eyes shift back to Omi. She's got a smug grin on her face. There's no way. This woman is actually a demon. They're both punching bullet holes into me with their stares. I need to make a choice. No! The she-devil stares at me as the smile on her face dies down. I blink in disbelief that actually managed to say no in the face of imminent death. What a time for me to actually grow some balls, locked in conversation with 2 ravenous testicle-destroying sharks. Well, sorry bro, I tried. The other shark doesn't respond, but likely stored away his rage for later. He's basically undateable, that one. I don't want to date anyone. How hard is it to get that through your fat head? Wow, I'm hurt. Truly I am. But I'm leaving anyway. What? Oh, shush, bro. This is the quiet car. Ugh. Before he gets the chance to shout again, she covers his mouth. Listen up, I'm not going to repeat myself. In a rather cute way, the male shark nods his head. I didn't come to this party to sit here and babysit you. I want to get wasted, meet new people, cheat at arm wrestling. Besides, I'm sure Daniel wouldn't mind spending some time with you, right? She looks over at me expectantly. Her eyes are getting wider by the second. Yeah, I don't mind. Great. She grabs her brother by the head and pulls him in by the neck. I'll see you in a little bit, okay? Her gloved hand is doing a spectacular job muffling his screams of protest. I can barely make them out. Love you. He gasps for air as she lets go of him. I'll fucking kill you. Ah! She narrowly dodges his grab with a backdash, getting up from her seat as she does. And Dan? Yes? She winks. I owe you one. With that, she runs off towards the party faster than I'd expect. What a terrifying woman. I expected the feeling of danger to lower at least a little bit when she left. Feels just as high as when she was here. Oh yeah, it's another shark glaring daggers at me right now. I turn to face him, trying to remain as cordial as possible. So, Fugu, how's it pronounced? For fuck's sake, that's not my actual name. It's Ikuro. Ikuro. Wait a second. I put my hand on my chin. Do you mean to tell me your sister lied to me? Obviously. I tilt my head. Huh. Well, it's nice to meet you, real Ikuro. Your pronunciation's pissing me off. You're this bad at speaking on purpose. I'm sorry? Whatever. He buries his nose back into his book, clearly not interested in continuing the conversation any further. We sit like that for a while. I don't interrupt his reading for his sake. It must be some kind of advanced book, since it looks like he's really trying to concentrate on the contents. What kind of book are you reading? I don't think I've seen anyone read a real book like ever. Where did you find it? No response. Guess it was worth a try. I was no stranger to physical books myself. I know they'd fallen out of favour around the time I was born. Once a wireless connection to the internet became mandated by the government, most people moved over to reading e-books. Digging through the trash, I'd often find books, but I'd never seen one that wasn't available for free digitally. I can tell he's still fuming under there. It's having less and less of an effect on me as I spend time with him. You know, it takes a different kind of nerd to lug around any kind of physical media in this day and age. I can respect that. Still nothing. You see, Would you just leave already? Well, that's your new babysitter. Before I can finish my dumb joke, I'm cut off by an overwhelming killing intent. Sorry, I meant to say... Don't even bother finishing. I know your type. You think you're so relatable. Oh, look at me, I use sarcasm as a crutch. You can fuck right off. Okay. With a sigh, I sit up and make my way out to the cubby. The shark doesn't even look at me as I do. I wait a second to see if he says anything. He doesn't. Nothing at all. He doesn't even try. I scour at him but manage to keep my temper in check long enough to walk to the side of the quiet car away from the shark. Can't say I didn't try. I probably tried too hard, actually. Is it my fault he was so bitter? It's entirely possible. What did he mean by my type? I need to find something else to do to get my mind off of this. I check the pass again just to be sure. Food and drink are complimentary for our guests. Haven't had anything alcoholic in ages. Let's change that. The air of the party hadn't changed at all since those last year. I think people seem to be even more energetic. Being out here again. No, I'll do my best to ignore all this and just get over to the bar. Sure enough, I had a difficult time making my way through the crowd without being stopped for awkward conversation. Ah, don't you look lost? I ignore him. Sorry, badger guy. It's not you, it's me. Excuse me if you've seen the restroom. Find it on your own, lady. I'm on a mission. Hey, your flyer's down. Shh, Like I haven't did that one before. It's not an easy task, but eventually I reached the bar, neatly tucked away in its own little corner. For how open and forward everyone here seems to be, there's surprisingly little alcohol being served, just a lone man sitting by himself. Doesn't particularly look like he's one for conversation. I do a quick vibe check just to be sure. I put my hands on my knees and feel just how much they're shaking. Oh, my fly was down. I inhale a deep invigorating breath and take a seat at the far right corner. So far so good. Maybe I'll get in and out here with the minimum possible social interaction. I steal a glance at the man seated 2 seats down. He was massive, his enormous ass spilling out over the round bar stool. The blue polo shirt he's wearing wasn't very much better. His moves hung heavy against the fabric. I could see his belly hanging out of it to boot. He raises a taloned hand to take a swig of his drink, and I catch a glance of his face as he does. The snood attached to his beak was no surprise to me. The man was clearly a turkey. The colourful feathers thrown just above his colossal rump made it clear enough from the back. I duck away, burying my face in my hands. Fuck, did he catch me staring at his ass? Yeah, you! Fuck. You're German or something? His words are a little slurred, but not so much that I can't distinguish them. I don't answer that. I don't want to know. He turns back away from me, taking another big gulp of his beverage. Looks like I'm off the hook, for now. And like a good hook. I'd usually have a one-liner. I can't think of a good one. Hopefully some social lubricant can change that. The menu here is just like the last bar I visited, a touch screen embedded in the counter. I giggled to myself. I remember watching a bovine fellow accidentally ordered 12 margaritas with his elbow, while trying to arm wrestle his equally wasted friend. Ah, you're just here to laugh at me? You here to call me a failure, a big fat loser? Well, have you not? I'm a graduated top of my class with the highest honours. That's Clancy McCancy PhD to you, Buster. Damn Germans. Dr. Clancy mumbles something inaudible, returning his full attention to his beverage. I watch as his wide shoulders slumps. He slams his drink on the table, following with a long sigh. Shrugging my own shoulders, I turn back to the menu. I don't think alcoholic in a while. Most of these cocktails look pretty subpar. That's likely the cost of making everything free. And I'll tell you, Ronbiggs just seemed desperate to know. I turn my head to see the turkey get up and get a seat closer to me. The padded bar stool squishes under the weight of his massive butt, the even having left a very clear peach-shaped indent on his previous seat. I got my PhD in environmental sciences. Had big plans of our imminent death as a society due to global warming. After all, it's up to us in the scientific community to change the minds, not only those in the government, but all people around the world. Now, I'm sure you're saying to yourself, wow, so cool. What can I do to help you out? I give him a half-lidded stare as he puts on a campy German accent. Well, that's a great question. We are very grateful. All you need to do is lobby your government to increase our funding. More funds mean we can offer more jobs in the research field. Everybody wins, you know. I'm sure there's a German word for that. It's a German word for everything. Heißluftgebläse? Ah, right, thank you. I'll definitely try to step that into my broadcast. It'll be an educational experience for everyone. Glad I could help. Ah, you speak English, great. He reached out a taloned hand and I extend my own to match it. His handshake is surprisingly firm. That's probably no doubt due to his massive arms. Just Dan, nice to meet you. Clancy. His brow furrows and lets go of my hand. That's doctor to you, doctor. I don't waste all my 20s getting my degree just to... Well, I got it to, save the world. I already told you that. Yeah, I'm sure of it. Pay more attention next time. I rest my hand on my chin, thinking about my next move. Yeah? Did you say something? I shake my head. Weird, I thought you had to ask more about me. Not only did I not say anything, but I definitely didn't say that. Well, it's only natural to be curious. I do the same in your position. He inhales deeply, and I feel another wave of one-sided conversation coming on. Do I dare? I keep my mouth shut, hoping he'll drop it. He eventually deflates. I suppose it's not too important. It's not like the future of worlds at stake or anything. I'm a weatherman for Channel 24. If you want a free pin, just ask, I guess. Alright. His eyes get a little cold as he rests his elbows on the counter. I think I've gone too long without getting a new drink. He turns back to his menu. How do you take your alcohol? Your kind likes beer, right? I frown. I've never liked beer. He turns to me, eyes wide. Excuse me, a German doesn't drink beer? No wonder you're here. Yeah, a joke, of course. Europe's been a mess for a few decades. I'm not surprised you moved over here. Heat-related deaths have been on the rise. I think some 10,000 people died of heat stroke in Western Europe alone last year. The old world's never looked less appealing. So, you're on into beer. What's your poison? I like most of the red wines I've tried. Whatever I can afford. Whatever I can get my hands on. Alcohol is a special treat for a bad night. Really now. Well, our host provides us all the liquor we could ever want, so why don't you treat yourself to something nicer? That's what I came over here for, yeah. I think... After a short pause, a compartment opens up on the countertop and serves Clancy another drink, a suspicious purple liquid in a bar glass. Those blueberries? What did you order? His beak curves into a smile. Blueberry ake gin and tonic. He definitely mispronounced that. Still. You know what? Why the hell not? I tap the menu until I find it. It's quite the journey of menus and sub-menus. He must have had to dig for this thing. I'm startled as he claps me on the back with one of his heavy arms. Atta boy, let loose a little. He jiggles a little bit as he lets out a loud laugh. I chuckle too. It doesn't take long for the counter to open and serve my drink. As expected, it looks just like Clancy's. Give or take the amount of ice. Well, I think I waited long enough. Raise your glass. I do as I'm told, picking the chilly glass from the bar top and raising it towards him. How about we toast to a better future for everyone? Yeah, here's to a better future. I clink my glass against the man as he smiles back at me. Mazel tov, or whatever it is you people say. I think my smile is genuine too. He throws back his drink and begins chugging like a madman, but I'm nowhere near as careless. I've been eyeballing the mysterious tincture ever since it arrived. It looks like poison. I raise a glass to my lips and am first assaulted by the smell. I'm no stranger to artificial flavours. This thing smells like a douchebag cologne. There's no going back now, Dan. Down the hatch. Cautiously I part my lips and let it touch my tongue. Yeah! It tastes like cologne too. I open my eyes and see the turkey staring at me, holding an empty glass. Do it. For him. I throw all my previous inhibitions aside and let the vile concoction violate my throat. One gulp is all I can manage before I pull the glass away from my now tainted mouth. That's great, right? His smile is enormous. God, what's going to happen to me? We sit for a while, me doing my best to finish the virulent poison, while Clancy laughs and belts more probably offensive terms at me. After a certain point, it all blends together. I breathe a shaky sigh of relief as all that remains in the glass are half-melted ice cubes. Looks like you finished one in the time it took me to do, He slowly counts on his fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. He lets out his most boisterous laugh yet, really digging his cushy ass into the stool. The poison rapidly flooding my brain is whispering to take a hold of those tail feathers and... guys with big butts. See something you like? I'm not shaken at all. Yeah. Ready? I nod my head. The idea of using his butt as a pillow has crossed my mind at least 6 times. Well, you got a pretty good head on your shoulders. I wouldn't mind. Spend a bit of personal time with someone of like mind. He scoots closer to me. What do you say? We could go to the bathrooms and get to know each other a little better. Stuffed turkey? I bite my bottom lip. I feel a sudden obnoxious twinge of embarrassment. I hold my hands up and shake my head. I'm sorry, I can't. His eyes widen. After a moment he nods. Oh, alright. He turns away and mumbles something under his breath before standing up. I think I'm going to go to the restroom. Gotta make room for more before I sober up. Vita something. I stare as he stumbles off, bumping at least 4 people on his way to the back hallway. After his ass is no longer visible, I sit and think for a bit while my buzz fades away. Damn, did I almost just get laid? Unsure what to make of the situation, I decide to blame everything on the toxins rapidly being pumped throughout my body and leave it at that. I have a long time to think about it before a stranger sits down next to me. Hello, and good morning to you. Enjoying your drink, Vermalio? Huh, me? He nods enthusiastically. Yeah, not really. Oh, I see. Just had a feeling. You look so sad sitting over here by yourself. Nobody should be having a bad time at a party like this. This is what I think. Yes. Huh? You're lonely, right? So sad and alone. Looking for some company, crying so many lonely tears. I scowled at him. How do you know I almost got laid a few minutes ago? Oh, of course. You're a very beautiful man, sir. Yes, you are. I can't if this guy has been sarcastic or just weird. Hanks, I guess. Nada. Oh, this is important. My stupid self forgot. How rude. Bad me. My name is Ronaldo de Alfonso Eduardo Cayano. Well, of course, that's hard to remember you, eh? Just Ronaldo will suffice for now. Truly, I can respect someone with so many thoughts in their head. You're the introspective type, as they say. It's very, very impressive. How many thoughts can you fit in that huge head of yours? Listen, dude, I just had the worst drink ever mixed and my head is swimming right now. You talk so fast I can barely process anything you're saying. Can you just slow down? It's Roca, bad me again. He claps his hands together in one quick, powerful motion. Disculpe, a president doesn't have time to slow down often, yes? Oh, there I go again. He laughs again when my head throbs. This guy's probably the weirdest guy on the train. Well, other than... I can tell what you're thinking right now. You can? Yes, you're wondering, well, if this man claims to be a president? Well, let me be the one to tell you. He leans in close enough to smell the confusion on my face. You'll be right, sir. I blink. Of course, this is the big secret I won't tell just anybody. No. I can believe you not knowing my name. My country is not one you'd read about in your American history texts. But surely you know your geography, yes? Geography? Geographia? Like, maps? Yes. I'm after here to tell you where you are and where you are going to go. Are you making fun of me? I fold my arms. Do I look like the type of guy to get selected for higher education? Honestly, I'm lucky I even made it to 4th. Oh, I always forget how you Americans handle your schools. What an unfair system. It fills my eyes with tears of sorrow. Oh. I'm amazed to actually see a single tear of sorrow roll down his cheek. It is so much better, Valmerino. Yes. I frown. You're definitely making fun of me. He wipes away an even more surprising second tear and smiles at me. I know, my friend, this is so much more complicated than that. But I was thinking. You've studied education, yes? More opportunities to increase the quality of your life. Of course you do. It's never too late to learn, Vermalino. But you see, I am at an impasse. You see, all of my citizens can enroll free. It's never too late to learn, yes? I mean, you deserve such a future, my friend. But immigration is such a complicated legal process, in today's world of despair and bad times. All of the paperwork, even for a paperwork master such as myself, it is just too much. But perhaps you'd be interested in crossing the border with, shall we say, less illegal methods? What? Well, since you're such a good friend of mine, I could grant you a full presidential pardon, eh? Being on top has so many perks. I don't think... No, I mean it. I can feel his breath ruffle the fur on my face. Oh, you're going to libro per cappa. Nobody is as worse as you think you are, okay? I'll let your arm for me. With too many thoughts bouncing around in my head, I do as I'm told. He wastes no time holding out his own and pressing his algae against mine. Yes, he says, very good. Give me a call once you made up your mind, yes? It is truly important to me to give you a brighter future, Valmerino. I frown. Okay. With our transaction complete, he pulls his arm away. Oh, good. Now, on to current affairs. You are hungry, yes? No? Ho, don't fit me, Valmerino. He produces a tray from seemingly nowhere, drawn with what appears to be a bread of some sort, smothered in a cheese sauce. I could hear your stomach growling angry sounds from across the car. You cannot fool the ears of a fox, Valmerino. I'm not lying. And last meal was a bag of stale breadsticks yesterday morning, but that's none of his business. I can assure you, amigo, your hunger is my business. Did I say that out loud? Your stomach said it for you. Damn, I'm going to have to word with my guts later. Now, please, accept this offer from yours truly, Presidente Ronald João Alfonso Eduardo Cayano. He places the tray in front of me. This is the closest I get on this train to the traditional food of my people. Behold, Pau de Queijo de Ronaldo. The fox's smug grin spreads ear to fluffy ears I give the food a once over. You tell me, do you have your hang-ups about accepting things from others? Ronaldo's eyes follow a goat that walks past us, or hastily returning to me. He does not answer, Valmerino. Ronaldo respects your boundaries. Yes, he does. Gives me a very sudden pat on the back, almost making me vomit. I do as you wish, eh? I have other presidential matters to attend for now. Be sure to reach out. My line is open all day and all night as well. Ciao. Before I can respond, he runs off towards that goat fast enough to make my head spin. I blink a few times. The food in front of me doesn't disappear. I guess if it came from the train, he didn't pay for it. With solid enough reason, I pick away my impromptu meal. Can't eat it too fast. Surprisingly enough, this is probably the 3rd or 4th time I've eaten bread that's been soaked in cheap nacho cheese. Pumpernickel is the first, though. My meal complete, I stand up on wobbly legs. Just be sure I reach down and feel that familiar shake again. Yep, I'm sober. Bread works wonders. Time to move on. Just in time, too. I'm taken out of my thoughts. I hear a strange, familiar tip-tapping in the back of my mind. Weird. Actually, it sounds kind of like water dripping into a still pond. Which would be a peaceful sort of sound if I didn't suddenly feel like I was about to piss my pants. God knows, the last thing I need is another embarrassing stain on these pants. Pretty sure it's the direction Clancy stumbled off towards a bit ago. Yep, here it is, in the hallway between the dining and quiet cars. I reach out to the door, eagerly anticipating opening the thing and doing my business, but something gives me pause. I can faintly hear something on the other side of the door. Music? I fold my arms and put my ear against the door. I don't think I can identify genre, like, at all. It sounds all over the place, but I kind of dig the chaotic energy. Press my ear closer into the door, trying to get a better feel of the bass. It's still pretty quiet, but I think I can make it out a little better now. I nod my head along to the beat before it changes in an unorthodox way that hurts to listen to. Who made this? I've got to search up the artist. I fall backwards onto my ass as the door suddenly opens. Now that's a familiar feeling. Huh? As soon as I'm able to focus again, I notice a lithe canine of some sort standing in the doorway. You! Who the hell do you think you are? Wait, hold on a second. He looks me up and down, pausing briefly on my midsection. Oh, never mind. What the fuck are you supposed to be anyways? No, I don't want to know. Have you heard a rhetorical question before? He huffs out a large puff of air while turning away from me and making a show of walking away. Yeah, I think I got off way lucky and I deserved that, now that I think about it. Normally I never want to see a guy like this again, but a single question was burning my brain to cinders. Oh wait! That song that was playing, what was it? The guy turns back around. Song? What song? I tap on a pair of invisible drumsticks. You know, the one that went rat-a-tat-ta-ta. What? Oh, maybe it was rat-a-tat-ta-ta. I have no idea what you're talking about. Rat-a-tat-ta. Boo-boo-bop. I don't know what you're talking about. Wait, please. I want to know who the artist is. That stops him in his tracks. His expression is cold as he turns back around to face me. You... A new fire lights up in his eyes. Who the fuck do you think you are? You can't just... You... He grips his head in his hands while letting out a guttural scream and running the other way. Huh? Okay, well, your taste in music is trash. Garbage, complete and utter ass. He's definitely gone now. I grunt as I stand. What a dick. There's that drip dripping again. Better get into that bathroom for making an even bigger fool of myself. Usually pissing is a great way to clear my head, but not my head throbbing like this. See the guy again and give him a piece of my mind, that's for damn sure. Exiting the bathroom, I go over everything in my mind once again. What's left to do now? Yes, I've been beating around the bush. Point of a party to go out and be social in the crowd, right? All I gotta do is march out there, cut in the middle of a conversation and make it about me. Hi, my name's Dan. I used to deliver pizzas for a living. Well, I fucking sucks, but don't worry about that. What about you? Yeah, socialising is easy. Just go do it. My legs are basically jelly at the thought of going out there and being social. How the fuck do people do it? Fine weather it's been lately. The heat waves last summer weren't so bad. They expect to be much worse this year. Why, yes, I do read the Farmer's Almanac. It's my only personality trait. Is that strange? I feel like vomiting at just a thought. A stupid idea. Come on, Lex, please. Help me out just this once. We gotta try. Still jelly. It's hopeless. There is no helping me. Oh, help a guy out? I turn around and see a goat approaching me. Yeah, there one of 9 too many kombuchas. I've got a piss on my fears. I know I can find a toilet. His gorgeous green eyes reflect the overhead lights back at me as he smiles confidently. I point in the direction of the bathroom. Oh, you're a lifesaver. Come here. I'm surprised when he wraps his big arms around me and squeezes my body into a tight hug. Yeah. Thanks, bro. Oh, you're one. Then with a wink and a wave, he runs off towards his destination. It takes a minute to recover overwhelming bro energy radiating off of that guy. I managed to shake my way out of it eventually. I was about to head out to the party. Right. I feel that familiar weariness weeping its way back into my legs. At this point, I'm more pissed off than scared. Why does it have to be so difficult to go do what I want to do? I lift up my arm and take a look at my L gear. Do you have any sort of events planned for this party? I appreciate any sort of social lubricant to help me out here. Nothing. The ticket doesn't include any information about events. Who's the host of this thing anyways? Surely it's someone I can go hang out with. I take a look around the quiet car. It's quiet. I assume Ikuro stuffed his nose buried in that book. I haven't seen Jude since I left them earlier. I'm sure they've squeezed themselves in some nook somewhere. Clancy probably found another toilet and passed out in it. Not that he made for particularly good company. Nobody here did, for that matter. Well, Omi seemed like she knew how to party. I'm sure she's having a great time out there. Maybe I'll try to... No, I'd like to keep my spine. When it comes down to it, there's only really one person I want to spend any time with here. Why do you have to take off so suddenly? Why do they always leave? Yeah, bro, you still here? Oh, it's him. I'm not here to judge. I'll catch you at the party, okay? Another word, he trots off back in the direction of the party. Hey, wait up. I do my best to stumble after him. I pant out of breath. Moving my gelatin legs requires way more energy than I'm used to exerting. Oh, what's wrong, bro? Are you good? Hey, yeah. I swallow. I never got your name. His face lights up. Oh, is that it? Name's Ethan. It's a funny story there, actually. Grandma was pregnant with me. She decided she wanted to name me Alessia after her grandma. Pops disagreed. He wanted to call me Giovanna after my great-great-great-great-grandpa. He was like a gladiator or something. Dunno, because... Anyways, they'd fight about it all the time. It was a huge mess, bro. Suppose they got to the point they'd be throwing hands whenever it came up. Just basically every night at dinner. And how did they settle on Ethan? Oh, they didn't. Followed about all the time as growing up, yeah? It was my 6th birthday party. They were singing happy birthday as you do when they got to the last bit. Mom and Pops heard each other say their names and suddenly pounced on each other. I rolled around on the floor, fists flying, some of the nastiest curse words you'd ever hear. You know how Italians are. Anyways, I freaking had it. Shouted loud enough for everyone to hear. I don't care what you guys call me. My name is Ethan now. And they both kind of stared at me for a minute before laughing so hard. Like gut busting louder than you ever heard before. Trust me on this. I never came out again after that. My name was Ethan. Nobody was going to tell me otherwise. I blink at him. Wow. Yeah. I actually came up with it myself. Pretty money, eh? Okay, so I actually still have one of my classmates. I'm pretty sure he's dead now, so it's all water under the bridge if you ask me. Yeah. I got a lot of nicknames too, you want to hear them? I shake my head. No thanks. I was actually wondering if you wanted to hang out with me at the party. Oh, is that all you wanted? Listen up, bro, this is important. I flinch as he wraps an arm around me. You did me a favour. That means you and I, we're pals now. So if you want anything, all you gotta do is ask. Seems remarkably genuine for whatever the fuck it is he's saying. His smile may even be melting my heart a little. It's a deal then. As your friend. As my bro. As your bro. As my cuz. As your friend. Aww. I give him the closest thing to a smile I can manage. Do you want to hang out with me at the party? Of course, friendo. I take a deep breath. The crowd isn't going anywhere, just got to steel myself for it. I look to my left. Ethan seems to be messing with his L gear. Hey, you ready to head out there? Oh yeah, bro, just lead the way, I'll be right behind you. I try to swallow my pride. There's no way in hell I'm going to ask him to take my hand. I take a step. Another. I look to my left again. He's still there. This is going to be fine, I reassure myself. I take a few more careful steps and the crowd moves to make room for Ethan and I. Are these those baby steps I always read about in self-help spam mail? They may actually work. I look to my left again. The goat is lagging behind. Ethan! I can feel my confidence depleting by the second the further he gets away from me. Ethan! Huh? Oh, sorry, bro. Something came up. I got a bail for now. I'll catch you on the flip side, okay? He smiles and waves at me before turning his back to me and running in the opposite direction. No. Before long, he's been totally swallowed by the crowd. No. I don't have long to feel betrayed. It doesn't take long for the confidence to be replaced by dread as everyone stares at me. I smile and pretend I belong. Having a great time at the party, I met and talked to some interesting people. Those same feelings overwhelm my psyche all over again. The thin, delicate straps holding the mask in place begin to loosen. I let out a fake chuckle, trying to make my way past an older couple. They stare at me with expressions I can't quite understand. All of their faces are like that. People blend together into masses of disdain, glaring daggers at my wretched form. I'm a stranger here and I can feel my mask slipping. I bring my hands to my face to keep it on, but talking is all too much. It's like an infestation of roaches crawling in my ears. I cover them, trying to keep everything out. More and more people stare at me, their faces melt into completely intangible shapes. You're causing a scene, Dan. Don't panic, just walk away. No laughter, no crying. Tune it out, you don't hear anything. A little bit of light shines across my face. I sit in the dark and do my best to keep my brain turned off. My ears ring. Someone is talking. Can't make it out. Don't care. Reboot. It doesn't. It's all because of him, isn't it? Love at first sight, love at first sight, love at first sight. No, don't be unreasonable. Maybe actually had something really important to take care of. What a fucking joke. Been abandoned twice in one day. Woohoo, new record of disappointment. It's too early to panic. Only been here for a day. Just a day. It's too late for me. My brain is already back on. I can hear the people outside laughing. Everyone's out there having a good time. I can't even go a few hours without breaking down. Why can't I be like that? Why can't I have what they do? I'm not going to scream no matter how much I want to. What if... All I can think about is how embarrassed I'd feel if he found me like this. No, I don't care what he thinks. Probably doesn't like me anyways. I pull my knees closer to my chest. Don't care if my tears stain my pants anymore. I don't care. I sink my teeth into my forearm. You remember what you said earlier when Blake left? Melodrama is for losers. You're better than that. Nobody's home. Nobody's home. Nobody's home. You can take your mask off when you're dead. I delayed the inevitable crash, forcing my body back into function. Ready decided the best course of action. Time to get the fuck out of this closet and look for Blake. I poke my head out to make sure nobody sees me. Battery's almost completely drained. I had a slow breath before pulling myself out of the storage closet. I give it a quiet thanks for acting as my temporary safe haven and head through the quiet car's door. I wasn't particularly looking forward to seeing his mug again. To my surprise, Ikuro was no longer in his booth. Had he gone out to find his sister? No time to dwell on it. I'm looking for someone else anyways. Make quick work with the quiet car, move on to the third hallway. Another storage area. Nobody here. Beyond this door, I can hear a voice I don't quite recognise. The walls and doors in the train are near soundproof. I can just barely make out a voice on the other side. There's no way in hell you did if you hear me to answer that damn question. I told you. I was... Wait, that's... I lean close to the door to get a better listen when... My watch grazes the door and sends it the signal to open. Huh? The next few seconds pass in a blur, but the end of them I tumbled right in the middle of their conversation. There were no more ifs. That was Blake. My excitement is short-lived, however, as I get another look at the man he's conversing with. A bear, no doubt, and a huge one at that. I could barely make out his lone eyes he glared down at me. The initial surprise paint on his face quickly melted into a dubious curiosity. Can't take my eyes off the mountain of a man, even as Blake rushes over to me. Dan, you okay? Yeah. I sigh. Blake. The words catch in my throat. Dan, I'm so happy to see you. I don't immediately respond, unsure to process his tone. Blake. Dan! Blake. Before he can say my name again, I gather my courage and press on. I have questions. I could say the same. If you fellas don't mind me interrupting this reunion. I scowled at the bear. Who the fuck are you? Actually, you know what? I don't fucking care anymore. I turn back to Blake. Where the hell have you been? The jackal is quiet. What about you then? Do you know? Rude. However, I had a similar question with this fella. That was, of course, before you interrupted our conversation. The mountain smiles at me. Oh, I must say I appreciate the gumption. Tell me, son. What compelled you to come all the way over here like myself and this rattlesnake? Surely you heard the announcement. The main event just began to the main car. Attendance mandatory. Did you hide from them? When as ordinary fellows in black I shut everyone in there? The bear chuckles. Maybe you're like me and you don't want to follow the rules. Or maybe you like this one and you found a way to... Stay out of my business, Graham. Graham chuckles. I assure you, this is very much my business. I know the information I'm looking for, and you ain't leaving you without giving it to me. Blake completely ignores his threat. Dan. I don't know why you're here, Dan, but I'm glad you are. He wraps his arms around me. First and foremost, I'm sorry. I don't think there's any time left to answer your questions. I blink, completely unsure of what to say. Then I feel a rumble in my torso that could only signal one thing. I'm out of time. Sure enough, I'd only managed to put off the inevitable for a little while. An attack as bad as earlier should have put me totally out of commission already. You can only drive for so long on fumes. Dan? Sorry. Crashing. Well, ain't that something? I shut my eyes as the bear begins speaking again. Don't have the energy to absorb anything right now. What's your plan for now, Snake? Weren't expecting this, hmm? Blake doesn't respond, holding me tighter to his body. Attention all passengers. Fuck, I've been held like this for a long, long time. This is your conductor speaking. There's been a breach of the train. I repeat, the train has been breached. What in tarnation? Please remain calm. My body's almost completely numb. I can still feel a tingle in my hand as he takes it in his. Dan. His voice is quieter than a whisper. Didn't have enough time to figure out what to do. I only hope that this is enough. What the hell did he tell you? He pulls me tighter. Dan, I'm so sorry you got wrapped up in all of this. I hope you'll forgive me. I can hear the door on the other side of the car open up. Who? No answer. Just a few tinks of metal followed by a sharp hissing noise. God damn it! Who? Man. There's a loud crash inside the room, but I'm having a harder and harder time distinguishing sound. It feels nice to be held by him. Everything returns to me all at once in a head-on collision between my brain and my body. My eyes shoot open, I stiffen my posture. This is a hallway? Looks like the passageway between the party car and the quiet car, though I can't be completely sure. Oh, look, he's getting up. Ethan? Which one, the ferret? Oh, it's Dan. Was that Ikuro? I try to get a better look at my surroundings. Sure enough, a very familiar-looking ferret was propped against the opposite wall, their head slumped. How long was I out exactly? Yeah, my dude, are you okay? The goat shouts my name again as he runs over to me from the opposite corner of the room. Aye. I wince as I attempt to turn my head. Something on the back of my neck scrapes against the cold metal wall, sending a spasm of pain through my body. Oh, what's the matter, dude? The fuck is... Ah! My fingers grasp something round stuck to the nape of my neck. Attempting to remove it only inflicts further torture. Oh, you got one too, huh? Yeah, can't mess with mine either. You're... What? What the fuck is stuck to me? Yeah, let me show you. Without any further warning, the goat turns around and presents his back to me. What the? There, embedded with the nape of his neck, was a small metallic thing. The chrome finish made it look slippery and hard to get a good grip on. I felt as much on my own. My own? What the fuck is this thing? The goat shakes his head. I was kind of hoping you'd know. Try talking to this guy, he's not very friend-like. Fuck you. Ikuro rests on the other side of the room, facing the wall. He keeps his back facing us. He's wildin'. Anyway, Sharky can have one of those things stuck to us too. No way. What about Jude? I've heard Jude? You know him? I grimace. Kinda. I met them a little while ago, in the quiet car. I can immediately leave out the part where they're hanging limp out of a storage cubby. Ethan seemed to think for a second while nodding his head. Right, okay. Well, I couldn't get him to wake up earlier. Must be a deep sleeper. No surprise there. Unless they drugged him. Drugged? No way, dude. How can you be so sure? I look pretty capable. Okay, who the fuck are you guys talking about? The shark keeps his head down, leaning on the far wall. The terrorists, are you deaf? Didn't you hear the announcement? Announcement? Attention all passengers. This is your conductor speaking. There's been a breach of the train. I repeat, the train has been breached. Please remain calm. That was right before. The smoke. Ethan nods. Right. In second the announcement, I saw a door open and nobody came out of it. All I heard was a scream and the smoke filled the room. My memory's really fuzzy after that, though. Oh, how convenient if you've got the huge dudes in full riot gear pouring in after that. Maybe all that smoke went to your fat head. The next thing I remember, I was being shook awake by this shooby. That wasn't what woke me up, though. He holds his hand over the device on his neck. Everything rubbed up against the wall, and immediate pain I felt shocked me awake. Oh, Sharky was kidding me. I turned to look at Ikuro, but he turns his head away in a huff. It's covered in blood, you know. Huh? The shark keeps his back turned to us. Won't tell me where it came from, though. I told you, it was already there when I woke up. Uh-huh. So that's about it, then. Dan, you screamed my head off. You're out, bruh. What about you, Dan? What'd you make of all this? I rub away my temples, trying to remember everything I can before I woke up here. I'd only been on the train for a few hours. Counted Blake and spent some time with him. Blake? His boyfriend. Oh, you have a boyfriend. Congratulations. Oh, for the love of... No, I literally met the guy a few hours ago. Wait, how many hours has it been? I put up my sleeve to check my algae and press my finger to the on button. It simply displays the number 4. What? Ethan takes a look at the number displayed on my wrist. You got that bug too, huh? Bug? Ethan doesn't respond, instead pressing his own algae and showing it to me. Proudly displays the number 7. I knew it's just my thing acting up. Maybe we got it by the same glitch. It's not a glitch, dumbass. It obviously has something to do with why we're here. The goat thinks for a second. I see. I turn my attention to the shark. Do you have a number 2 then? Our shark spoke loudly enough to hear, but he doesn't turn to face me. Fine, whatever. So, Ethan's face contorts. He still seems to be racking his brain to find the answer. Then he unleashes a huge grin as a light bulb appears above his head. You're the 4th passenger on the train, right? No, that doesn't make sense. There were way more than 4 people on the train when I got here. Oh shit, that's all I could come up with. Ignoring him, I make an attempt to stand up. My entire body is remarkably sore, like I've been used as a ball in a professional volleyball match. Ever get spiked into a bump before? That shit hurts. So I'm guessing whatever this is wasn't on the schedule. I stretch until my back lets an all too satisfying pop and pace over the door on the right. I press my algae to it, expecting it to open. The great metal slab doesn't respond. I think I haven't tried that already. I frown, turning back towards the shark. Thought never crossed my mind, honestly. I got it. Your algae is a 4 because your birthday's in April. What makes you think that? Well, mine's the 7 because my birthday's in July, right? I fold my arms, looking down at him. Sorry, no, my birthday's in December. Well, 12 is still divisible by 4, right? I seriously doubt that would be the reason. Right. I saunter over to Jude, kneeling down next to them. It's very faint, but I can hear the soft whistle of air leaking out their little pink nose. The cross worn proudly on their chest rises and falls ever so gently as they take in little breaths. Jude. I whisper pieces in the air in front of them, but the ferret doesn't stir. Jude? I place both my hands on their shoulders and gently shake them. Nothing. Jude! Why so fucking loud? I'm trying to think. Wait a minute, I got it. Number on our wrist is based on the Enneagram. Like, it makes sense because I'm 7 because I'm a 7W6, right? And you, Dan, you're a 4W5, right? What the fuck are you even talking about? You're wasting your time. That dude is denser than stale bread. It's my fucking luck. Sucking over an idiot, a guy with no indoor voice and a comatose rat. The goat ignores his comment, plucking at his facial hair. It's not a perfect fit. I originally read you as a 5W6, but you got a 4. I mean, it's all sort of vibes-based anyways, you know? He turns over to Kuro. Your number is 3, right, Sharky? All the Raffins were 3W4. You want to tell me what the fuck that's supposed to mean, goat? The shark turns around to face us for the first time. Before I can get a good look at him, my brain puts all the pieces together. Just as Ethan has mentioned, the front of his shirt is completely doused in blood. I just sort of glossed over it in my mind's a minor injury before, but I couldn't have been more wrong. I racked my brain trying to remember what he's wearing when I met him earlier. There's no way. He had the same outfit on, sans the gore. Is there something on my face? His glare fills me with a new type of fear, one I hadn't accounted for. Oh yeah, you haven't seen the state of his clothes yet. Hey bro, did you eat a really messy hamburger, or... Did I what? Maybe actually a 4W5, you're working on painting or something. Listen, dude, I don't mind admitting when I'm wrong, but, What? No, dumbass, I woke up like this. We both stare at him, Ethan significantly less afraid than I am. What the fuck is wrong with you idiots? Why are you staring at me? Stop it! Stop staring at me! Dude, relax. There's no need to yell. Just a surprise, that's all. Yeah, how do you think I felt? Stop it. Well... He takes a step forward and I fall backwards on my butt. Dan, cuz, it's okay, bro. He hasn't hurt anyone, right, Sharky? You promise you didn't hurt anyone, right? Yeah, I promise. Ethan breathes out a sigh. See, dude, it's all good. Ethan stands up and walks over to me. It's all chill out, okay? Find your zen. Nice, dude. Nobody can sleep through anything, probably. The shark doesn't chime in, instead softening the gaze we've been sharing for the last eternity. Finally puffs out a breath of air before turning back to face his wall. I wasn't sure exactly how long I'd been staring. The blink that follows burns my eyes. Yeah, I'll go, bro. I respond with a slow nod. Jude's tiny breaths blend in the ambience of the train as we sit in silence for a while. Ethan's taken a seat next to me. I'm not totally sure just how much safer that makes me feel. How much longer do you think he'll be before the doors open? It takes way too long to realise he's talking to me. I'm not sure. Something deep in my gut tells me they won't open at all. Still can't shake the feeling of being locked in a room with a murderer and... I spent a little time meditating as soon as I felt an answer coming to me. My stomach growled. I don't think it would have been in here. I shake my head. I don't want to think about it. The pit expanding in my stomach isn't food related. I've gone much longer without eating. No, something else entirely is eating away at me. Well, in the case of being kidnapped, I hope someone at least comes and feeds us. He's clearly joking, but I don't feel like laughing along. Jude's rhythmic breathing is the only thing still keeping me tethered to reality right now. Are you still worried about your friend? My ears perk up involuntarily. Guess it's a little worrying they haven't woken up yet. Honestly, I haven't known them very long. In fact, I only met earlier today. Just like you, and him too. What has happened to everyone else? I'm in the same boat. Didn't know anybody here either. There's a party, I talked to everyone who's down to talk. And I've been over 20 peeps out in the main party car alone. There's some interesting people, yep. That shark was a monster. I furrow my brow. Ikuro. Ah, the other shark, that lady. You went to the parties, no way you missed her. Wait, you mean... Omiko? So you don't know her? Yeah, that bitch knows at a party. Her words, not mine. Yeah, I saw her down in shots, had nobody's business. Knew I had to talk to her. I'm bro, and I walked past just wanted to take a jello shot of her hoo-ha. Total freak. Then when I declined, she asked me I'd rather date a virgin brother. Yeah, that's her. Ethan's eyes go wide in sudden realization. Wait, that's you, isn't it? Shut up. Don't make any assumptions, but I definitely got the vibes. He turns back around to face us again. Do either of you idiots have any idea where the hell she might be? Ethan shakes his head almost immediately. Sorry, dude, last I was at the party we all got gassed. Weren't you in there too? I was looking for her when it happened. I saw you when the announcement happened, but... We gotta get out of here. I mean, I agree, what's your plan? Break the door down? I don't think there's any way out. Neither of the doors work. Trying to authenticate, but it's no dice. Whatever it is that's affecting our alligators, turn off authentication. Oh, and the door's just been locked. What's the difference? Either is likely. Maybe even both. I was trapped as she hasn't come yet, though. How long has it been? Ethan shakes his head. Impossible to tell. There aren't any windows on here or anything. The only reason I can tell we're moving at all is the train noises. As the train isn't moving at all, it's all an illusion. No, I don't think it's an illusion. We need to get out of here. Well, what's your plan? I only looked around the room and didn't see any sort of secret authenticator. Look again. Bro. Maybe you missed something, okay? Would that be so weird? Are you going to help me this time? This time? The shark sighs. They'll get us out of here faster. Just don't get in my way. Be sure to let you know well in advance I'm coming over. Ethan stands up. All right, you kids. You wait this time, want to have out? I hadn't realised just how much of my focus it took to follow the conversation. Ethan's question practically blindsided me. No pressure. You want to sit and wait for help? No skin off my teeth, eh? I'm really convinced we're not going to find anything, but I want to move around anyways. I'll help out too. I attempt to stand up. When my arm gets snagged, I have to stop awkwardly halfway through the action. Jude's arm hangs limply, their hand firmly grasping mine. When did... Oh, that's hella cute. Ethan seems to notice as soon as I do. Did you get your holding hands? Been holding on to them since you sat down. I blink, staring at the sleeping ferret with my empty eyes. Hey, sure you two aren't more than friends. I can practically hear the shit-eating grin painted on his face as he says this. Well, I never thought I'd make a dramatic show of letting go of Jude's hand, and it hits the metal floor with a painful-sounding crack. They don't even flinch. They grabbed me, okay? I didn't even notice. Sure they didn't. My face was getting hot all over again. Can you clowns get it over already and help me out? Hey, don't lose your tie. We're getting on it. The goat giggles like a kid on crack. Yeah. I grumble, shaking off the temporary embarrassment. I can worry about this later. There's got to be some way out of here. Okay, so we have to find some puzzles here. Okay. So, I did actually start recording myself going through this puzzle. It's a lot of fun to play and work it out, but it makes horrible viewing because I can't think and commentate and do all that stuff. So we're just going to leave it here, not leave the solution either, and then pick it up after we leave. Okay, we'll be back there in a minute. Okay, you guys ready? Ethan salutes. Yes, Captain. Get on with it already. Right. Alright, here goes nothing. I gulp before grabbing my wrist and carefully... Oh, for the love of... The shark shoves his way past me and presses his algae to the door. The door sounds an approving beep, sliding open as soon as Ikuro touches his algae to it. Yes, we did it. I smile. It looks like it. That will take you a bit longer if you actually play it. I've just cut that out for reasons. My relief is short-lived as I feel a powerful arm shove past me. Out of the way! I'm left dumbfounded as the shark moves his massive body past me and through the doorway. Hey, what are you doing? He doesn't respond, clearly on a mission. The door closes behind him. I shrug at Ethan, surprised but not much. I should probably follow after him. Can you help me pick up Jude? The girl looks down the ferret before turning back to me and giving a determined nod. Alright, let's do this. You sure you got them? Yeah, I've lifted heavier. Ethan grunts out his response in a tone that betrays his bravado. Feel bad for making Ethan carry them again. Jude is like a solid block of lead, so my malnourished ass had no hope of carrying them. The hell are ferrets made of? Dark matter? Alright, here goes. I press my watch to the door once again. The same beat plays and the door slides open once again. Let's go. Yeah. I pass through the threshold back into the party car. Fucking damn it, let me go. Before I'm able to fully grasp what's going on here, Ikuro's violent wail assaults me as we walk through the door. Wait, that's... that bear and Clancy. I seem to have Ikuro restrained, the bear hugging his arms to his side while the turkey grabs his legs. What's going on here? Hey, careful! I stop in my tracks and feel Ethan bump into me. Immediately after, the sound of a loud thud rings out behind me. It sounded like a bag of bricks made contact with the floor. Oh shit, I'm sorry. Oh god, I'm sorry, little buddy. So that's the one you killed, you fucking asshole? Another voice rings out, this one way too shrill to belong to either of the men. Hold your horses. The bear responds, his deep timbre carrying poorly through the train ambience. Look at him, it's covered in blood, and then two more people walk through the door with a corpse. What else could it be? The fucking weasel, he's just... Hey, you guys, let him go, he hasn't hurt anyone. How do you know that? The whiny voice walks into view, suddenly revealing himself to be a cream-coloured canine. Somewhat familiar one at that. Is anything wrong with us? He hasn't hurt anybody. You guys tell me what's happening. Or I got kicked in the face if I turn around. Damn it, let me go, let me go! Patience, son. I'm not too keen on holding here either. Just want to get all the information to make sure everybody here is safe. I told you, I haven't touched anybody. I got a source on that? Yeah, the source is me. I'm telling the truth. Ikuro flails his legs around, nearly tearing his way to Clancy's grasp with his sudden outburst. Why the hell are you guys? He appears to be talking to us. Are you stuck in that room just like we were? What are you, deaf? I asked you a question. Red Panda? Hello? I'm talking to you. Wait, there's a Red Panda over there? Damn, my little German friend, are you there? I got some painkillers in my luggage. Can you fetch them for me? My back is on the verge of giving out. You'll have to hold on, Doc. Listen, he's jumping like a hot grease in a skillet. I ain't letting him free till we know what's going on. You two, who's the weasel? Is he alright? He's dead. Look at him. There can't be anything to answer, I mean. Everyone's attention turns back to Jude as they sit up and let out a loud yawn. Hail, God bless, and good morning. All eyes fall upon the previously comatose creature as they open their eyes. Salutations. Not a single word is spoken as everyone stares in awe of the creature. Friend, it's so good to see you again. The ferret turns to me, a big smile adorning their face. 'Twas you holding my hand, was it not? Thy gentle touch was second only to God's light in guiding me through my darkest dreams. I think my jaw hit the floor when I saw I'd been holding on to their hand again. Oh! My tendons ripped from the ferret as Clancy let out a pain grunt. Let go! What'd I say? Hold your damn horses. This is completely ridiculous. Another unfamiliar voice hits my ears. Now you're one to talk. You haven't done anything to help since you woke up. The voice doesn't respond. My fetch speaks the fetch isn't dead, does it mean the shark hasn't killed anyone else? He hasn't. He didn't lie to me. Doc, hey, alright? The turkey breathes heavily. Knocked the wind out of me. The bear shakes his head. You're not doing yourself any favours, son. Friend, all is well? You look as if you've seen the Holy Ghost. My brain finally catches up my body and let go of Jude's hand. Damn, bro, you gotta back him up. Sharky's in a bad spot right now. Yeah. My tongue feels like sandpaper in my mouth as I speak, but I get the words out regardless. Ikuro hasn't hurt anyone. And you're sure? I close my eyes and let out a shaky breath. Yes. The bear seemed to think for a second before nodding. Alright, the two of them vouch for you. I'll let you go. Don't try and think funny, alright? If you do, I'll have you pinned fast in the New York Minute. Understood? Yeah, sure, whatever. Careful, Doc. You don't have to tell me twice. Clancy wheezes out a response. He lets go of the shark's legs, falling back on his cushiony ass as he does. Too old for this. The bear chuckles. You and me both, old-timer. As soon as the bear's grip loosens even a little, Ikuro springs forward, busting out of the larger man's arms. Hey, what'd I say? The shark doesn't respond, rolling away from the duo they're holding him and standing up as quickly as possible. Fuck you, huh? He holds his bicep, rubbing at the sore spot. Nobody fucking listens to me, none of you assholes. Yeah, I vouch from your start. Not soon enough. Why the hell didn't you two follow me through the door? Why, just leave the little buddy behind? You mean the dead weight we were stuck with? Jude tilts the head. They're completely knocked out. What if the door closed and locked them in there? Remember, we needed each other Helgies to open the door. Did you all do the same puzzle we did? The one with the numbers? I think I got the timeline of events now. You all saw the puzzle before us. Mr. Ikuro roached up before you all got a chance to get out Sleeping Beauty. Is that right? The shark's face scrunches up with cringe. Keep my name out of your mouth. That's one of the worst pronunciations I ever heard. Oh, well, just Ike then, I used to know an Ike. How about you keep my fucking name out of your mouth? Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Mr. Ike. Ike grumbles, folding his arms, he backs himself into a corner. Friendship is true and the great blessings of this world. Stupendous. Perhaps my old friend from Spalding has sent me a letter. A beautiful city, a beautiful garden, Prioritas. What the fuck is wrong with that guy? Dan, is he, are they okay? There's no way in hell. Sweet bliss rain down upon us. Can you all feel your souls intertwined? It's all been part of his divine plan, you see. This was God's grand design, colouring every step leading to this point. My tailor can wait, a new hat has no weight on the soul, indeed. Now, seriously, what the fuck is wrong with him? Alright, I think I can breathe again. Clancy sits up, though his chest still seems to be heaving pretty intensely. You know, I may not have given you enough credit back in the room, miss. First a blood-soaked punk and now a raving lunatic. Your amnesia's been upset as the most suspicious thing you're not once, but twice. And you still don't believe me? That voice again? I'll have you know I never said I didn't believe you, Mom. I just found you particularly suspicious. Oh, wait, who? Me. Anne reached out from behind the catering table, revealing its presence to us. While a bit difficult to see from here, the alligator on their wrist displays the number 8. It really blows me away just how intent on being useless you are. Cool it, Ezekiel. I have to look for something to restrain Mr. Reich, should it come down to that. Same as I asked you, if you remember. Ezekiel folds his arms, pouting. I didn't find anything back here, just so you know. She stands up, revealing the rest of herself to us. I thought they found a very good idea to begin with. The problem appeared to be completely dry. That wouldn't have completely removed the suspicion he'd hurt someone, since none of us had seen him without it, of course. But the obvious answer was that the blood was, in fact, his own. What? What makes you think that? There's a bandage on his nose as well. My best guess that he hurt himself somehow. His pride prevented him from admitting it to us. Excuse you? I mean, if you want to assume you killed someone, you did a great job incriminating yourself. She put on an impression of Ike. Who the fuck are you people? What are you doing here? You sounded like you had something to hide. But then you... I don't mistake that as me endorsing Mr. Bolo-Tie jumping you either. I think that sort of behaviour is also mature. Considering the circumstances, I believe in my heart of hearts it was the right call. What is the scenario? I feel the weight of all their gazes pile in on me at once. Isn't it obvious? We've been kidnapped. By terrorists, no less. Hey, hold on, we don't know that for sure. I'm usually the first one to point out a bigger picture here, but... You all said you had a puzzle to solve in your room as well, right? What kind of terrorist does something like that? What if they set it all up while we were asleep? I'm not liking this, we're asleep for an extended period. What the hell would you know? Didn't you say you couldn't remember anything? I wasn't lying to you. Oh no, she's right. That doesn't add up. I'd explored this train quite thoroughly before we were knocked out. None of the things we discovered while solving that puzzle were there before. I wish I don't like it. I just have to take your word for it. A little bit of trust goes a long way, you know. So what is this then? Some kind of game? Games usually have winners and losers. Astute observation, asshole. Dan, you're holding up okay. You've been really quiet. I'm sorry. In reality, I've been able to focus on more of their voices. Thoughts of who these people are, what they're doing here, hell, everything. What the fuck have I got myself into? Were we really kidnapped by puzzle terrorists? It was a hard sell. My mind would have kept running wild if I didn't feel Ethan squeeze my shoulder. Dan. Yeah, and you don't think I could still ask you to go look at my luggage, do you? You no doubt got those good German athletics your country loves bragging about. You're German, Dan. Can you teach me any swears? Pretty sure that's Japanese. Hold on just a second, fellas. You all know this panda? Yeah, he sat with me at the bar. Oh, very chatty, but he's a great listener. Dan, was it? Do you know anyone else here? I don't want to answer that question. Oh, friend, may I ask thee to lessen thy grip? You may just crush my hand to dust. Excruciating. Attention passengers, this is your conductor speaking. Everyone's attention turns to me as the speaker in the ceiling sparks life. First things first, welcome aboard. Thank you for coming along this ride. It means a lot to me that you all could be here for this very special occasion. Yes, you heard me right. There's a very important individual among you. Among us? Today's his special day. We'd like to get this party rolling. Now, what's a party without any guests? A very sad party, that's what. I took the opportunity to invite as many interesting people as I could, but as you may have noticed, there aren't many people here. I may have overbooked this party a little bit. Oops. Overbooked? Where the hell is everybody else? What did you do with them? Ike jumped to his feet and shouted to the intercom. Worry not. The other guests are currently enjoying the festivities in another car. Damn it, it's not good enough. Tell me where she is. The 9 of you, on the other hand, have been handpicked to participate in a little party game. 9. I call it the execution game. Execution. The rules are simple. You may have noticed the party favours I handed out while you're unconscious. First, your L gear. You haven't been able to access it, yes? This is by design. It's been set to game mode, heavily restricting its features. I'll explain why I can't disengage the lock. Can't even access the system settings. You may have also noticed a number that's replaced your lock screen. That's your identifier. Each has a different number, as you've no doubt noticed. I'll do a brief roll call to make sure each of you have found your number. Oh, don't worry, I won't reveal your true identities, in case you'd prefer to go incognito. A few people looked down to their wrists while some others exchanged glances. First, number 1, the commander. You're a natural leader, and during the course of this game, people are likely going to look for you for answers. Will you lead them in the right direction, or to their doom? Number 2, the hypocrite. You're really nasty on the surface, but deep down, well, I'm sure the others will find out eventually. Number 3, the dynamo. You've got a real attitude, huh? It's going to be hard for you to make any friends like that. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Number 4, the loner. I stared down at my watch, proudly displaying the number 4. The selfish one. Try to pay attention. This information is important. Number 5, the pretender. Dead weight, or are you? Hopefully your companions are willing to put up with carrying you through this game. I look over to Jude, who looks like they're about to doze off again. Number 6, the skeptic. Your mind isn't quite as sharp as it used to be. Will your paranoia be a boon or a curse, I wonder? Number 7, the optimist. Oh, that's me. Wipe that stupid grin from your face. The others may not enjoy your presence as much as you think they do. Number 8, the maverick. I may have even less to say about you than you have to say about yourself. How curious. And finally, number 9, the devotee. Oh, you couldn't make it? What a shame. I had high hopes for you too. The conductor pauses, and everyone in the room takes the opportunity to exchange glances. Who are these people? What were you all brought here for? I can only guess they're thinking the same. If each of you are here, then that means you've solved the puzzles in your rooms. Hopefully they weren't too difficult for you to complete. You may consider them as warm-ups for the challenges to come. Now then, give me a second to give each of you an important ability. There, if you would, please touch your finger to the screen of your L-gear. Fuck you, I'm not doing anything you say. The shark shouts, but the rest of us do as we're told. I swiftly yank my hand out of Jude's. Sure enough, with just a touch, the display of the watch changes to a digital clock. 0030. Oh, good heavens, did I offend? I turn my attention to Jude, whose mangled hand rests limply in the air. Did I... My apologies, I did not intend, dear friend. I hope you'll find in your heart to forgive me. Well, Jude, is that okay, or... The ferret's hand cracks and sputters as the bones pop back into place, causing Ethan to let out a little gasp. The pain in my own reminds me of the situation at hand. I open my mouth to apologise. I'm sorry. I didn't realise I'd even touched it. Not to interrupt, we have more pressing matters at hand, gents. The bear turns over the mysterious feline, nodding in her direction. And, lady? She doesn't react. So, yours watches display the same time, right? 30 minutes after midnight. It's past my bedtime. Correct. The watch displays 0030. That is not, however, the current time. As soon as he says it, the display changes to 0029. Oh, wait a minute. Time is moving backwards? Son, I know you ain't that tense. It's a timer counting down to something. But to what? As you suspect, the watch is displaying a countdown, a very important countdown that you should check frequently. And just why is that? Your watch, whenever prompted, will show you the countdown to the execution game. Remember that term from earlier? The execution game is a very special event that will occur several times during your stay. This car, the party car, is the location. This is, after all, the best car to host a game in. The first execution game will begin when the time on your watch hits 0000. At that time, the doors to this car will lock, preventing you from leaving for its duration. Not that you want to be outside those doors when that happens. Your attendance is mandatory. I don't say that lightly. The train will automatically penalise anybody who's decided to play hooky. You do not want to be penalised. One penalty is enough to remove you from the game. And just what is that supposed to mean? We get kicked off the train or something? Just be sure to keep an eye on the countdown of your watch, and I'll be speaking to you again when the execution game begins. Remember, attendance is mandatory. For now, I'll be leaving you all at that. Your time outside the execution game is all your own. Do as you wish with it. There's a short crackle as the speaker dies. Even now I can't help but notice how old-fashioned it is. Everything here, despite all the modern electronics, everything here looks like it's created more than 100 years ago. My short silence is broken by Graham. What do I make of this? What about you, Commander? His tone is dripping with sarcasm. The bear responds with a very honest tone. I'm not sure. Having a hard time piecing everything together. We have about 30 minutes for this game whenever it begins, right? 25 now. And we need to be right here when that time comes. That's what he said. It's not like we have anywhere else to go. The other door in our puzzle room is locked. Now what? You idiot's going to do what he tells you to? He seemed to put quite a bit of emphasis on the word mandatory. He said to be locking the doors, too. The shark blows out a defiant puff of air. To my surprise, Ethan is the first to speak up. What's he going to do? Kill us? The cat's finger doesn't leave her chin. She stands there in silence. I mean, he couldn't kill us, right? Right, guys? Well, I have my suspicions, but I've had to guess he'll be carrying his penalties with... No fucking way. Everyone reaches towards theirs at the same time. The mysterious metallic bit jut on my neck was still there. I can't believe I managed to forget about it. This foreign entity attached to me, this alien interloper that can't be removed. Yeah, it's just a hunch, of course, but you'll have one too, right? We're all going to die? The inflection on the canine's voice rises and cracks, cutting through the air. No, I'm not doing this. You've got to get this thing off of me. Ezekiel, calm yourself. The bear shouts, but it falls on deaf ears. He attempts to claw the back of his neck, but lets out a blood-curdling scream as soon as the finger grazes the thing. Ethan gasps, bringing both hands to his mouth. He stares in horror. No! Zeke's body spasms. He attempts to tear off the device to no avail. Damn it, stop it! The bear rushes ahead, grabbing both the Shiva's arms and pinning him to the ground. The mysterious woman doesn't add anything other than a sigh. The others, however, seem to be just like me, stuck processing too much information. What the hell is happening here? Ezekiel's quiet sobs echo throughout the cars. Everyone's minds run wild with possibilities. Was it all a bluff? Was my life actually in danger? I felt as the barricade in my head prevented me from passing all the information assaulting me. Terrorist numbers, rules, a game, life and death, and an executioner. There's only 11 minutes left. What are we going to do? Well, staying put is the only option. If you believe what he said, if he's lying to us, there are quite a few more. You don't believe him? I'm not sure what to believe. The bear stands back up, leaving Zeke shivering. Well, I'm not particularly fond of the idea. Doing as he says seems like the safest bet. I'm not so sure. Oh, why is that? Clancy turns around in his seat, nestling a drink. Well, I thought about it too. Well, we're already captured. We're all in this car, right? Everyone nods. I keep my mouth shut. Graham looks directly at me as he nods. I filled with gas and knocked us all out. What if the same thing happens again? The terrorists, according to the announcement. Oh, if you believe that. Why shouldn't I? The goat and I both saw them. I didn't get a very good look at anything before blacking out, honestly. That's a little suspicious. You're suspicious. Don't get a hot head, folks. Although right this moment, things could stand to be much worse. Well, still taking orders, thank God. Hallelujah, hallelujah. The bear side-eyes the turkey, who continues his thought regardless. According to the announcement, all we need to do at the time being is to hang around here. Yeah, sit here and wait for more gas to flood in. Sounds like a great idea. But how do you know that'll happen? We don't. Oh, I've been meaning to ask. What? No, not you, Sharky. I mean, everyone else. What if we have to solve any more puzzles? Wouldn't it be helpful to get to know each other more? I can start. My name's Ethan DeFelice. I'm 26 years old and from the East, but you can already tell from kind of my accent, eh? Nobody responds. Of course, that wasn't the name I was given at birth. You see, when I was born. Please. We don't need your life story, Mr. Felice. With that being said, I think it's a fine idea to at least learn some names. Don't you agree, Ezekiel? Zeke doesn't make eye contact, gives him a little nod. Oh, I think so too. Dan? Huh? I blink out of my stupor. What you... I wince for clear in my throat. Well, it's only natural that I go next. My name is Dr. Clancy McCancy. I'm a licensed climatologist from the southwest.
The environment is super cool.
Nice to meet you, Clancy. Ethan's enormous smile is met by a big frown.
A doctor. I don't waste my... I spent all those years in school to not be called by my proper title. Of course, Doctor. It's a pleasure. Same to you, Mr. Boulder. Please, Doctor, you're too kind. Just Graham will suffice.
Wait a second.
Yeah, Graham Arnold Boulder. Have you ever seen him before?
You...
Well, I'll assume you ain't a fan.
No, yeah. Ethan clenches his hands into fists.
You're Gav, the CEO of Midland Oil.
I've never seen a picture of any of the tycoons before, for that matter.
You're one of the tycoons. I had no idea I had a fan club.
Graham shrugs.
Looks like the cat's out of the bag, then.
You're a monster. One of the evil motherfuckers who've been draining this country dry for almost a century.
Son, do I look over 100 years old to you? Because I'll have you know I spent good money filling in that bald spot. Most will say I don't look a day over 40.
The cogs in Ethan's head turn. I'm no different. I could tell he's after him by the way he dressed. But to think one of the men that owned the US was here, on this train.
Well, I suppose I didn't even need to introduce myself since one of my biggest fans was here on the train with me.
Shut up. Ethan's voice is quiet, but Graham just shrugs.
Any volunteers to go next? The spotlight's starting to hurt my eyes.
My name is Ezekiel. Yeshiva's voice is a little hoarse, still filled with a slightly renewed vigor. I'm from the north, and I make music.
Nice to meet you again, Ezekiel.
Bear smiles at the canine and gives him a little smile in return. Thank you, Mr. Boulder.
Please, just call me Graham.
Is that a blush?
You softy's gonna make me puke. Oh, we're nothing but disrespectful since we met you, Mr. Shark. What kind of impression are you trying to give? The kind that says don't talk to me, obviously.
Catch a hint? I don't care about you people.
Well, of course, all you care about is finding your sister, right? And you don't want any help from the only friendly faces you see.
You're damn right.
And you said his name earlier, right?
Huh? The shark goes from skulking and turns his head my way, shooting me a look that screams, "Don't spill the beans." Dan, my dear Vermilion votary, may I introduce myself to our fellow contestants? You may? Jude turns in place like a robot, followed by a naturally fluid wave of their arms. Salutations. They do a little hop in place. The law of gravity's barely been able to keep the ferret from floating away. This one was Sir Judea Wyndham the Pious. Jude's bottom lip quivers as they spin in place. Jude stops spinning and strikes a pose. However, God willing, this one was reborn as Jude, steadfast friend of Dan the Loved.
Loved?
Correct. I love you, friend.
I'm actually going to vomit. Stop. Moving on. I assume Dan needs no introduction, correct? Well, everyone's met him already.
I know I haven't. The mysterious woman skulking in the corner opposite Ike speaks up for the first time in a while. Assumptions are a rude thing to make.
If I may be rude a bit more, nobody here seems to know you. Even back in the room you didn't give us a name.
Oh, you didn't ask?
In what world is... Who are you? Not quite asking someone's name.
This one. There are better ways to ask for someone's name. Like, what's your name? I think that's a pretty easy one. Or if you're feeling fancy, you could say, could you please tell me your name, or something like that. The English language has many, many ways to ask this simple question, and yet you chose none of them. Clancy glares daggers at the feline who doesn't react.
Honestly. Fine, I'll bite the bullet. Mind telling me your name, miss?
I do.
Funny.
You aren't laughing.
And just why do you mind telling us your name?
It's not like Akuro's situation. That's his name, by the way, Akuro. Dan said it earlier. I'm not sure if you're actually not paying attention or just trying to be facetious, but yeah. Ike audibly gnashes his teeth, but nobody bothers looking away from the woman speaking. Anyways, I can't tell you my name because I don't have one to tell you. I can't remember it.
Oh, real fucking convenient. You can remember my name just fine, but your own?
Calm down. Brain aneurysms kill about 4% of the population every year. Even with how small the Earth's population has become in the last 100 years, that's still a significant amount of people. You're Japanese, right? Despite your youth, I still think your ethnicity puts you at an increased risk of getting one. Don't quote me on that, though. Doesn't that sound frustrating? I can remember specific facts like that, but my own identity is just gone.
Well, that's extremely convenient.
Yeah, I know. It's another factor that makes this so frustrating. I'm positive none of you, save for maybe Ethan, believe me, risking everything on a lie just isn't a viable choice. Typically in most groups, even groups of total strangers, a big lie would be difficult to maintain.
Which is what you're doing right now. But that sounds a hell of a lot better than I'm the one who trapped you and attached a metal bit to your neck, am I right?
No, you're wrong, 'cause I'm not lying to you.
Well, I suppose that's all there is to it for now, then. You watched this place in number 8, correct? I remember from the puzzle room.
Yes, it did. What about it?
Well, the announcement, the conductor, or so he called himself, referred to you as number 8, the Maverick. We could call you that, at least until you get your memory back.
No way, saying that over and over again will just piss everyone off.
I've got a better idea?
She thinks for a second. You have to call me anything, just use 8. That should be easy enough to remember.
There's no way you didn't plan for that from the beginning. I mean, come on, you're wearing an 8-ball jacket for fuck's sake. You planned on using your stupid codename from the beginning, right when you said you abduct all of us, isn't that right?
No, you're just being stupid. I believe her. I told you he would. Ethan blinks while that sour look creeps back onto his face. I like someone here. She seems to be a trustworthy person.
And who might be that you're referring to, young man? You fools are damned to trust anybody.
Listen, it's only one person who's a member of an actually evil group of hyper-capitalist. Oh my god, shut up! Zeke raises his voice the first time in a while. Mr. Boulder has been nothing but kind to everyone here. That you know of. Clancy sighs and mumbles under his breath.
Oh, and another drink.
I'm not far from that position either. Been running on empty for what feels like hours now. Wait a second, where did you... Hearken to me, men. The Lord speaketh, and my lips shall be of his service. Jude stares at nothing with vacant eyes. Their body vibrates in place for a moment. Hark! Another spasm of 6.5 pairs of eyes bore into the ferret. Jude can't even get the word out for retch and spilling a viscous puddle of something onto the tiled floor.
What intonation?
Did it just vomit purple? I stare in horror at the festering pile of what can only be described as glitter-infused slime. Little dude, what did you eat? Jude doesn't respond, still staring blankly with the dopey smile on their face. Must have been something from the bar, I think.
Might be on their acai mixer today. Everyone, check your wrists.
I hesitate before doing as I'm told. I could have told you that. We wasted all our time. We're all going to die. Zeke's voice is quiet, but I've no doubt everyone else heard it too. I gets up from his slouched lean on the wall and takes a step towards 8.
Well, are you going to tell us, lady?
Tell you what, how to dress yourself?
Tell us you're going to flood the room with gas and kill us.
What do you think I'm capable of? Snapping my fingers and summoning poison gas? Oh, don't make me laugh.
Takes another shaky step towards her. Any of you fuckers could have done this, any one of you. So come clean already. Do it. Tell me what the fuck I'm supposed to do to see my sister again. Oh, 1 minute left. We don't have time for this. Those doors are going to lock us in here in less than a minute.
Yeah, thanks for restating the office. Thanks to Ezekiel's panic attack and Ethan's beating greet, we don't have time to make a decision anymore. We're just going to do as the announcement said. Watches Clancy gets from his seat and inspects the door.
Oh, it's a standard top-to-bottom sliding door, so maybe...
The turkey mumbles to himself as Ike inches closer with an unflinching 8.
Sounds exactly like something he'd say. That's enough, son. We're out of time. Alright, here goes nothing.
Clancy presses his watch to the door and it slides open in his command.
Dr. McCancy, what are you doing? We've got to stay here.
Oh, you're going to... Your watch as Clancy drags over one of the stools from the bar and places it directly under the door. As soon as it's placed, he takes a step back and watches the door attempts to close unsuccessfully. A loud rump can be heard as the door impacts a sturdy bar stool, but cannot break it.
Oh, I knew it.
Then all our alligators all chimed in unison. I look down to see that it's displayed 0000 on its face. The doors on either side of the room click, indicating a lock snapping into place, or in the case of the door close to the bar, attempting to snap into place.
Oh, fine work, Dr. McCancy. Looks like we have the ability to choose now, thanks to your quick thinking. Don't mention it.
Hay places the finger on his chin, looking a little dubious of this development. I've been thinking of doing something similar, but I'm getting a bad feeling about that room.
Of course you would. Set we up smart your little game. Honestly, Ike, can you just call you Ike? I'll do that. Your rampant paranoia is getting ridiculous.
Paranoia? Of course I'm paranoid, eh? Ikuro stops in his tracks as the speaker overhead sparks to life once again. Attention passengers, this is your conductor speaking. Allow me to do a brief head count. Ike makes another hateful glance at 8. Everyone else keeps their eyes glued to the speaker on the ceiling. Well done. Looks like each of you managed to keep your head attached to your body. Oh God, no, don't take my head from me! Zeke's hands shoot to his neck again, but Graham grabs both the dog's hands in one of his own, ready to repeat performance. And with everyone present, that means we can begin our game proper. Let me be the one to welcome you to the execution game. These moments are going to be some of the most important in your life, no doubt. I designed it myself. Please hold your applause. Nobody claps. Tough crowd. Regardless, please take a look at your watches. Every fibre of my being wants to resist the authority our captor holds over us. With my life potential on the line and the will to live pulls back my sleeve. Staring back at me is a single image, an axe with a long blade. Hey, what's the deal? All I see are a bunch of numbers.
Same here. The numbers 1 through 9 with a single number missing.
Well, what's the deal? I'm missing number 4. Same here.
Likewise, so number 9 seems to be greyed out as well.
The execution game. Is this a headsman's axe?
You look awfully stumped, Dan. What's your watch display now?
Interesting, right? On your watch you should see a group of numbers, each one representing one of you. There is an exception, however. You've noticed, right? Number 4.
Hold on a second, you're going to.
You're going to execute, Dan? No need to fear you're not on the chopping block today. You will not be filling the role of victim, no. You'll be playing the role of the executioner. Lucky, or perhaps not so lucky. After all, that means you'll be playing against everyone else. I can feel the weight of the universe crushing me to dust and spreading my atoms into the infinite. Fear, doubt, suspicion, interest, all of their thoughts are boring into me through the stairs. My entire body freezes. The fumes I've been running on getting thinner and thinner by the second.
It's us versus him. Ain't that a thing? Dan, why Dan?
Wait, so... How did you kill me never?
Oh, shush.
As for the rest of you, don't get jealous yet. After all, there are 3 phases of the execution game. And here in the first phase, it's everyone but the executioner that has power. On your watches you see every number but the number 4. Some tension relieves everyone's eyes go back to their own watches. That's because, for the first round, you'll each be voting amongst yourselves. That's phase 1, majority rules sacrifice. All of your votes are due 30 minutes after the execution game begins. And if any of you are feeling smart, causing a tie will not protect you from being eligible for execution. Instead, as long as they are tied for the most votes, every tied participant will be a candidate for the sacrifice, regardless of how many votes you get. And no, not voting isn't an option. Refusal to vote will automatically add you to the list of candidates eligible for sacrifice. I'd personally suggest voting early for this reason, but your choices are your own. Once 30 minutes have elapsed, we'll move into the next phase, the executioner's choice. In this round, the tables are turned, and the executioner has all the power. A display on their watch will change, displaying the numbers of everyone up for execution. Wait, so you're going to make Dan kill one of us? However, that alone isn't the crux of this game. No doubt you've noticed. There were more people on this train, right? Ike shoots up, screaming. Yo, no, where the hell is she? Where's Amiko? Don't worry too much about them. They're safe and sound, enjoying the party. They had to be. They're vital for this game. You see, our execution is able to choose between the majority ruled sacrifice or some of our hostages. Wait. This is... Okay, so I'm in a train park for some reason. I hear the train coming. Choo-choo. I see some people tied up on the tracks just ahead of me. Oh no! Thankfully there's a lever near me that I can use to divert the train to another set of tracks. Oh wait a moment. There's a person tied up on the other tracks too. Do I let the train run its course, killing 5 people? Or do I pull the lever instead of letting the train kill just 1 person? It's starting to paint a picture now, right? It's the trolley problem. Huh? I was just thinking the same thing. Executioner's the one standing at the lever, the one that decides who dies. Once 30 more minutes have passed, the executioner's choice will be recorded and the train itself will carry out the deed. A very generous amount of time, if you ask me. A speeding train won't usually give you 30 minutes. A voice on the intercom chuckles softly. If you're ever curious how much time you have in the current phase of the game, hold 2 fingers to the face of your L gear for a full second. What the hell? It's already in 6 minutes. What are you going to choose? Who will your chosen sacrifice be? Think carefully and don't forget, your vote matters. I'll speak to you again once this train gets a little emptier. Ta! Nobody speaks. Everyone just stares down at their wrists. What else are we supposed to do? In a big surprise to everyone, the silence is broken by Jude. Pardon, but this one caught far too many winks to pay attention. Pray tell, what good iron could be fashioned from this shipment? Iron? Shipment? The house procured many good deals, yes, splendiferous. But these days are dark, oh so dark. Fear has seeped into the hearts of men once again, the common rabble turning to banditry. Jude stretches out their arms, spinning the circle as they continue. If thou shouldst require a sword in the coming days, allow this one to be the blade at your hip. Huzzah! Jude trips over their own foot and falls into an entangled mess on the ground. Oh, think nothing of it. Oh, sweet on this one, are you? The The ferret's laughter melts into the train as everyone stares in confusion and horror. Well, I just... You! Ike rushes over the creature writhing on the ground and grabs them by their collar. You what? The same old dopey smile remains on the face of the shark, shakes them. What the fuck is wrong with you? We're in a life or death situation and you're laughing? Hey, let go of them. Ethan seems the only one interested in stopping the shark from shaking Jude to death. Everyone else seems to be lost in thought. According to the conductor, I don't have to do anything yet. I need to wait for them to vote for a sacrifice and then... I nearly forgot a rule. Everyone's eyes shoot up towards the speaker at once. It's very important you remain civil during this game. For the duration of the execution game, any violence against your fellow players will be met with an immediate penalty. Ike's eyes widen, he lets go of Jude's collar, causing the ferret's head to connect with the floor with a sickening crack. We aren't animals here, people. Treat each other with respect. However, due to his special role, that rule is even harsher for the executioner. Should any harm come upon them, every player but the executioner will be penalised. Without him, we couldn't even play this game, so be sure to mind yourself around him. Alright, no more interruptions. Have fun, everyone. Wow, thank God for that. They would rule like that in place. This insane shark would kill all of us himself. Yeah. A very visible vein throbbed in Ikuro's head. He cuts himself off before throwing to another threat. Special protections? I know jump under my skin when I look down and see Jude at my feet. Gramercy, my lord, gramercy. Jude, please. I flinch, they wrap my arms around my legs. I am but a thrall, an object of your feet, 'tis true. Stop stuck up the guy that's going to kill you. Yeah, Mr. Boulder? Zeke's voice comes out as a squeak. What are we going to do? Zeke, Raymond, Clancy seem to be entirely uninterested in all the drama happening on this side of the car.
Oh, good sign if you're stumped.
Aren't you supposed to be playing leader or something?
Well, simmer down, I'm thinking.
Clancy swirls the rest of his current cocktail before speaking up.
Well, I've got an idea, though. Oh? Well, let's hear him, Doc.
The turkey smiles at him.
Of course, Mr. Boulder.
Clancy downs the rest of his drink in one gulp and slams the empty glass onto the bar.
Yes, conductor. It can be assumed he's watching us, right?
Most likely, yes.
Which means there are probably cameras hidden all over the place. Recording technology has been microscopic at least a few decades now. The cameras in my job record in ultra-high definition are smaller than your pinky.
Aren't you a climatologist? Why do your work involve cameras?
Well, shush, that isn't important. Now, do any of you keep up with television?
Television? That's so 20th century. Old people, probably. I can't recall a screen that wasn't shilling some overpriced garbage. Does television even still exist?
Graham shakes his head. Oh, maybe if time allowed me, but I'm a busy man.
Yeah, busy destroying the damn planet. Ethan's voice echoes the relatively quiet car as his typical smile is replaced with a big scowl. You're the exact type of idiot that watches TV. Clancy shoots a quick bitter look at the dog before Graham speaks up.
Hush, the adults are talking.
Yeah, shut up.
Anyways, there's a show's been airing for almost a decade now called You Cannot Escape. Basically, 9 randomly selected people are told they want a sweepstakes for a dream vacation, but it's actually a trap. Once they arrive, it's revealed to them the location they're in has been sealed. They have a limited time to get out and win a prize. They all need to work together to try to escape before time runs out. There are lots of puzzles scattered around that are required to solve.
Clancy stands up, some little before steadying himself with the bar's counter.
But if they escape, they all get a big cash prize and the dream vacation they were promised from the get-go.
Clancy clears his throat.
It's pretty entertaining television. I like to listen to the recaps when I'm out hiking sometimes.
Sure you do, old man. The turkey shoots another dirty look before reseating himself. Aide speaks up shortly after. You left out some pretty important information there. What happens to the contestants that don't escape?
Well, that's the biggest difference. Well, I noticed some parallels between what's happening here on the show. Nobody is ever threatened with an execution.
Yeah,
that would be bad. That is if our conductor isn't bluffing.
And against the law, threaten people with loss of life, even in a game show.
Huh.
His eyes glaze over, he seems to stare at nothing in particular.
You'll be amazed at the things TV studios get away with these days.
Clancy taps on the bar, probably ordering another drink. So are you implying these terrorists that gassed us were just paid actors?
He makes a point, I agree. Like it's covered in blood, we don't even know who it belonged to. It could just be prop blood. Sometimes the show will go out of its way to make someone look extra suspicious. It's a great way to sow distrust among the group. Well, someone you could be totally in on it. That was the gimmick for an episode 2. Doesn't all this being fake seem way more likely than alternative?
I don't disagree, but what about these? I turn around and point at the metal bump sticking out of the nape of my neck. Doesn't that seem kind of extreme for TV? Maybe it's a gimmick. Like, maybe they just glued on, they shock you if you touch them.
That's not electricity, dumbass.
These things are very obviously connected to our spinal cords. Shocking sensation you're feeling your pain receptors responding to nerve damage. So what the fuck would you know about bones or whatever? The turkey said like TV executives are fucking crazy. Oh, so now the late-term abortion's going to step up to me, huh? Abortion?
When I said shut your trap, I meant it, boy.
Zeke grits his teeth and clenches his fist but doesn't speak another word. So, TV people are as crazy as you say, Mr. McPancy.
Again, that's Dr. McCancy, but yes, I wouldn't put it past them.
So you're really sure he's just bluffing then?
Well, that's my theory. That's why before the doors locked us in, I thought about how to keep it propped open.
The bar stool?
Correct. If our goal is to escape, being locked in here would certainly prevent that, right? Well, that's why it's likely why the set designs the lefty stool so close to the door. If we got stuck early, that would be very entertaining.
I knew so much about TV anyways, Mr. McCancy.
Well, that's not our podcast, okay? I've told you, it's Dr. McCancy.
Just as he slams his fist on the bar, his drink pops out of it. So what, you think we just need to crawl into there to move on? Nobody has to die? He grimaces for a lowering his voice to a whisper. I swear to God, you'll laugh me behind the screen, or me, I'll fucking kill you. I don't know. The feline stares into the dark abyss beneath the half-closed door. I've got a bad feeling about all of this. Yeah, you're the paid actor, aren't you? What? Everybody's sorry at the party. That makes you look suspicious. Not to mention, amnesia's a bullshit excuse. Just like her, I can't look away from the door. Is it really the only way out of here? Or...
Calm down. The only way to escape is to work together.
Clancy gulps down a significant portion of his new drink before letting out a satisfied sigh.
It's not supposed to be easy. That's why you need to stay on your toes.
I'm worried this is a mistake. Is it really that easy? No, it just doesn't add up. I have to say something. No, I agree with 8. Their stares turn me to dust again. I should have kept my mouth shut.
Yeah, aren't your people known for their bravery?
Of course the guy got the most powerful rose and wanted to escape. You're only on it too, aren't you? No, it's not like that,
Yeah, don't be mean to Dan. Oh, I agree. Dan, if you have some thoughts, please tell us. I'm still not totally sold on this idea myself.
Yeah, me too. I gulp and summon the best argument I can. Well, it just feels dangerous, you know? None of us knows what these things electronics are. What if they're really dangerous? The announcement said we had to stay here. I said, she believed that horse shit?
Oh, that is not okay to say.
What, are you half horse or something? Besides, maybe there aren't any horses on this train.
Can't even begin to unpack how fucked up that is.
This was a mistake. Clancy gives the jam door another once over.
I should be able to fit through if I bend over. So you're dead set on this then?
The turkey looks back at us and nods.
Yeah, been thinking about it. I'm positive this is the only way forward.
What makes you so sure, though?
It's not as complicated as you think it is. Once a man's set in his ways, you can't change his mind. Well, that's all there is to it.
Yeah, girls just don't get it, you.
Shut.
Zeke's mouth did not open again.
I know on a time limit. Go on, let's get a move on. Remember, mate, I haven't been this far in a few years.
You just want to finish your drink before we move on, don't you? Ridiculous. Kate mutters under her breath next to me, shaking her head as she does. Hey. I turn to her. I have a bad feeling too, but what makes you so sure? It's a basic set of rules. These idiots can't even attempt to follow them. I'm almost positive the person behind is the kind of person who'd have planned for this outcome. Really? Did you notice how close those bar stools are to the door? Well, yeah, but this area is set up to host a party. The closest bathroom is right past those two doors. Makes sense the bar and its stools be close to the doors. Let's assume this place wasn't set up just for this game. You think the party was just bait? What about the terrorists? Did you see the terrorists they were talking about? That's what I thought. Your face when they're talking gave you away. No friend of mine be caught with his trousers around his legs. Nonsense. How long has that been here? Jude continues to babble incoherent nonsense while twirling in place. Don't worry about Jude. They're harmless, I think. 8 raises a brow. How can you be so sure? Oh Lord, I beg thee mercy. Perish the thought, nay, perish the speaker. God works in mysterious ways. Okay, and the real answer now? And not, it's just a feeling. She sighs. Of course it is. Hey! Oh wait, don't tell me. Once a man's set in his ways, you can't change his mind. She opens her mouth and performs a fake vomiting gesture. It's all like that. To be honest, I probably overthink things more than anyone here. Hey, what are you guys doing over there? We're about to head out. Ethan calls out from the other side of the car, causing Nate to sigh again. Looks like we're out of time. I can feel the pit in my stomach growing back. And come on. Attendance this train wreck is unfortunately mandatory. Is it time? I look back at Jude, only to notice I grab their hand once again. Mustering up the last of my courage, I give them a little nod. Every step closer to the crowd that's formed around Clancy's agony, we eventually make our way over there. What are you guys talking about anyways? It was his big explanation trying to avoid paying tax on game show prizes. I can see we didn't miss anything important. You really don't believe in him? Is that such a ridiculous belief? The man's consumed at least 8 alcoholic beverages in the last hour. His speech has been slurred, he can barely stand, and you're expecting him to lead you anywhere? Are we sure of this? Oh, I am too. We're going to get out of here. We need to do this together. Aid just shakes her head and turns away.
Well, that's all there is to it. All ready?
Yes, Dr. Captain. Zeke pumps his fist and cheers. Either way.
Well, can you get on with it already? We're nearly out of time. Well, 10 minutes is plenty to investigate that door. No need to rush. Oh, don't all you guys worry.
I'm not. I believe in you, Mr. Dr. McFancy.
The last time, it's... Forget about it.
The doctor slowly closes his eyes and lets out a slow breath.
Thank you all for believing in me. Nobody's ever...
His eyes glaze over the sticky wetness.
Well, I'll tell you later. You can thank me when we're rich and famous.
I reel back as Judson lets go of my hand and drops to their knees. We cry to thee, O Lord, do thou have mercy upon us. I can't peel my eyes away as Clancy pokes his head into that gaping maw of darkness. O King of heaven, everlasting Lord, receive the prayers which you pour forth.
Oh, so the coast is clear. Oh, no lights or low.
He ducks down, moving more of his body in.
Oh, it's just a short hallway. What really matters if the other door is still closed? Well, I can't see it from here. Like I said, all the lights are off.
Visit the sick, bring forth captives, help the widow and the orphan.
There's a hallway. There's no way a fat ass can't just follow the wall.
Yeah, don't be mean. You could have gone first, you know. Yeah, don't be mean to the fat ass. He stuck his fat ass neck out for us. We have sinned and have departed from thee. Do thou, who art the Redeemer of us all, save us.
Hold on, I'll try to feel my way around.
More of Clancy disappears behind the door, leaving only a single hand hanging onto the cold metal passage. Ada only stares, her cold gaze fixed on the floor. Look, he's fine. We're probably worried over nothing. She doesn't respond.
I can't quite reach the door from here. Heading further in.
Have mercy on the penitent and wash away the stains of sin. His hand disappears underneath the door, the last of our leader vanishing into the darkness beyond. Well, did you find the door? Everyone stares at the door, but no response comes. And grant forgiveness. Amen.
Damn it, he can't even... I'm going in after him.
Ikuro is cut off by a gut-wrenching sound followed by a loud thump.
Huh?
Eight's eyes are glued to the floor. She's trembling. Captain, did you find the door? You probably just passed out drunk and fell over. What happened? Is everything okay over there? Talk about useless, jeez. What was going to go into next? A sharky. The shark blinks before it hits him.
Yeah.
Ikuro rushes forward, but is stopped by Graham grabbing his arm.
Do not.
Eh, what's wrong, Mr. Boulder? Ezekiel's face gets a little paler. He just passed out, right?
You saw it, didn't you, Eight?
She doesn't respond.
I knew this was a mistake.
Oh, what do you mean? He's... Zeke gulps. You, go, check on him. But please? Ethan gives him a nod. Leave it to me. The girl gets close to the door again. Dr. Mackenzie, what happened? Is everything okay? Bending over, Ethan takes a look underneath the door. It's really dark, but it looks like he collapsed. Oh, wait, is that... Ethan suddenly stumbles back, his eyes wide and face pale. His teeth are chattering.
Let go of me, I'm just going to look, okay?
Ethan, what happened? I'm surprised to hear my own voice make an appearance. The goat merely stares dead ahead. Graham shakes his head.
See for yourself.
I place my hands on my legs. They're surprisingly steady. I'm terrified. This is a different kind of fear than what I'm used to. Taking a long breath and step closer to the door. As soon as I reach my destination, I bend over to get a better view. Through the darkness, I can barely see him, just as Ethan said. He's lying on the ground, back to the door, balled up into himself. Looks like he was sleeping, but something was off. There was a pool of reflective liquid on the ground, reflecting the trace amount of light coming in from our side of the door. Did he slip? No, that's not just any liquid. It's blood. Didn't make any sense. Why was he bleeding so much? I inched backwards half a step, allowing a bit more light into the room. It was then I saw the reason. a round object near his feet. I'd almost missed it entirely. God, I wish I missed it. It stared back at me, an eye glazed over and still. That was a very long episode 1 of Trainwreck. As you see, we're leaning into the horror quite a bit here. And as to what's going to happen, well, just with one of the characters' names, I'm just hoping we don't get a "You betrayed us! You betrayed me!" moment. And if you know what I'm just quoting, you know exactly who I'm talking about. And if you don't, I'm not going to spoil the ending of that series for you. That was... What just happened when it originally went out? Trust me, I saw it when it went out. But I hope you enjoyed it. As I say, we have After Years coming up, and then more Moonfire on the next weekend. And before I go, I just want to say thank you to all my donors on Ko-fi and Patreon. And special mention to my top patrons: Omar, Rafu, Spiderling, Samuto, Tiger Cup, Ara Amaterasu, Opus Need Coffee, Andy Bear, Andy Peng, Aaron Fox, Bastian, Baker, Brian Hall, Gobus Visser, Dissonance, Exact, Grizz, Harvest Mouse Productions, Ide Corval, Evan King, Kartek, Matt Kenya, Mario Cervantes, and Mohammed Al-Zamel. Special thanks to all of you. But no thanks to that person, not in this one, but in every illustration of the trolley problem, who gets the points completely wrong. Because you see, if you look at every illustration for that problem, if that trolley or train, whichever one to call it, is coming too fast to stop, so it can't hit will hit the people, at that speed, it's not going to get around those points. It is going to go straight off the points, derailing, probably killing everybody, including the person using the lever. That's a bit of a problem with that issue. It's badly illustrated. Good night.